Good.
And then as far as this, let's go to chat. Cool. Works. All right.
Oh, there's a lot of racing on today. Holy shite.
The toe is too low? What the fuck? What's going on here? Okay, let's just raise it up, I guess. It's telling me the rear, the toe, and camber. Huh.
Here we go.
Dave, I might have you start the race. So you go ahead and do the quali. I'm going to get out. The only reason why is because this guy's still here doing my floor. And then my girl just left, so I'm going to have to pay him and all that shit. And that's probably in the next, like, 30 minutes or less.
All right. You want me to edit the setup or just go with what you got?
No, edit the setup because there's something going on with the toe as well. Well, how do I...
Yeah,
I got it.
Get your qualified set.
Okay, but we do need to add fuel. So I had 14, and that didn't get us the 4 laps. So I would say 17 is going to get us there. I was almost toward the end. I was probably like 4 turns away, but I mean, just on the safe side, I would say maybe 16 to 17 will do it for us. That's not a lot of laps. Think about it.
Dude, I want to join this so fucking bad, dude. Look at this shit.
Okay,
I'm gonna drive the yellow car.
Can I click out of this?
I'm in the car now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
I can just exit out.
You can close iRacing and everything.
No, I don't.
But
need
you
to do
stream
all
it,
that.
so
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. I forgot we were live. We're fucking live. All right.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Let's get in that cockpit.
JR. Make sure you don't hit the spotter. Don't hit start
Nah,
spotter.
I didn't hit the spotter. I'm just riding along.
Oh, they just showed you flying by on the stream with fucking Justin right behind you.
Here we go. I was to see if I can get that stream. How can I get that stream up? Let me see. I don't know if I could do that.
What, the race spot?
Yeah.
Matt Sidal. I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
I don't know who is fucking... I guess I wouldn't because of... While they are playing the best music.
How could I get this? Let's see. Is there a YouTube?
Yeah.
There it is. A YouTube.
It's on the website.
Look, we'll do this. So we'll
Yeah,
this.
it's Race Spot TV.
Alright. So then we open this.
Oh, I'm not racing, my good man Jeff. I'm just here for the support for him and Justin and Dave and everybody else, you know. But I appreciate you.
This is not. So what we'll do, we'll edit this. I need to go into this. Let's go find the actual broadcast. Race. There we go. You're live? Yeah, it's live. Copy. Double audio. Can't have that.
Full audio, man. That's rookie numbers.
it's like the audio to the video. I just don't know how to get rid of it. Maybe you can. Shit, I need to plug in my headset. This ain't good.
Oh, I see. They got it on a 2 times. Okay, so this is going to be like a 6-hour race. So it's going to end at sunset. I got you. That's cool.
Alright. What I'll do is just turn it off for now because it's obnoxious. Well, I need it on so I can get the picture right. Oh, this works. Okay, so we'll just put it here. I just wish I could turn this down a little bit. I guess I can't. I don't have control over the audio.
Is it my audio coming through?
No, it's the audio that like. So I have like an overlay of the actual race, but it's just like.
Oh.
While in and out. I'm gonna go take a leak before this race starts.
Whoa. Oh.
Oh, shit! Who says racing's not exciting?
Yeah, I saw that car over off track, and then I was like, I'm just going to slow down a little
That's
bit
odd.
more.
He just stopped. Why does he stop there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm here with you. Let's see here. Let's get in a position here. Shot range. Is that what I'm looking for? No. Where's my fucking zoom? Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Turn.
Not only in those classes, but in the normal sim racing series classes, so Pro, Club, Sport and Challenge class. And we can show you the championship standings from all of those classes before we get properly underway. First of all, with the 963 standings across the 4 categories, only one GTP Pro team, Cat 5 Racing GTP. In Club, there's a battle between Can-Am Racing and Last 10th Foundry, and the gap at the moment is 66 points. Black Marker Motorsports are leading the way in the Sport class. They're battling at Max now 1, and they're leading by 64 points as well. And Last 10th Lovebirds are the only ones in the GTP Challenge class. There are big fights though in all of the GT3 categories. And in the pros, it is Soulpec Precision Racing who are leading the way by nearly 100 points already in front of Imperial Motorsports and Matrix Black.
Matrix
Gauntlet
Black
Racing
is
are leading the club standings, the by
50
far
points
closest
back.
here and
Jesus.
most interesting, leading by only 17 points in front of R Speed Black and Stallions RR. Motorsports leading the inventive team then. They're leading the sport class ahead of Chroma Motorsports White by 80 points and Max now Zwei as well. Then the final of classes. Chroma Motorsports Black leading the challenge class in front of Alder Creek Performance Racing, rounding out the field there. They were only at one of the 2 rounds so far, hence the discrepancy in their points. Good to have you alongside, Jeremy, for today's race. Another 3-hour affair here, this time at Watkins Glen. In the week preceding, the iRacing 6 hours of the Glen, which I guess some of these teams might be competing in, either the GTP or the GT3 class, potentially next week. And so not only is it good preparation for that, it's also the halfway mark of our season here, the real midway point in our season. Time to get this season back up and running again after 3 months away from the team racing series.
Yeah, great to be here, Ewan. And of course, this also kind of coincides with the IMSA Endurance Championship, so kind of explains the long breaks. But either way, yeah, I think a lot of teams will probably be setting up for this next week's 6 hours at the Glen for iRacing. And of course, what's interesting too is the way this race is set up. It's set up for obviously a 3-hour race. Watkins Glen, that endurance race is 6 hours. So how do you get that down? Well, the time is going to be elapsed twice as fast. So it'll give them a nice testing ground to figure out what they need to set up for the race and how to get it changed. But they'll have less pit stops to do it either way. It's going to be an interesting battle and affair. We only have a handful of GTPs, but a lot of GT3s.
Absolutely, and they are so often in the team racing series the absolute entertainment of this championship. But we do see good racing in the GTPs as well. Follow Charlie Boyer here, who's currently 8 tenths away from that current pole time that Chad Henson has got down at the moment for the PCA sim racing team, number 21. Haven't seen them at a round so far. Good to see them out front at the moment. As Charlie Boyer comes through the final turns now, coming up towards the end of the lap here. Final couple of turns, and what a couple of turns this is in these GTPs as well. Watkins Glen, I always find that one of those circuits where you really want a high downforce car, like you see in this Porsche 963, because it is wonderful to drive. Not only those last 2 turns, but the whole way around here, really, with a downforce car like this.
Well, and you got to stop and figure too, you don't have that many long straightaways. Yes, there's plenty of opportunities to pass, but a lot of those are part and parcel to the long sweeping turns that you see here. As you see Nikki Chan right now, second in the GT3R class, also in the Pro class. It's 0.078 seconds behind Chris Pies in the Imperial Motorsports number 453. Let's see what Chan can do across the line. Does he go faster? 45.203, and indeed, that's going to set Chan up for the overall pole. But Robbie Prescott goes up to the top of the 45 double Oct 2. So already a great challenge here in the GT3R class.
You said it at the start of the day, that is where the entertainment, it looks like, is going to be in terms of a close race through the field. GT3 class so far, providing that. And it's a good chance in the team racing series as well to see drivers of different classes starting to race against one another. We don't really get to see this elsewhere, really, but we enjoy it on Wednesdays and Thursdays at the start and at the end of each year, the PCA sim racing series, the normal series, as it were. And, you know, it is very much set in the classes, isn't it? Very much set in the races, but the different drivers can battle amongst themselves from different classes in this series here, and especially there's a bit of a mix between pro and club class drivers. We're seeing that early on, especially towards the front. But as I say, yeah, we don't often get to see this, so it's good to see them mixing just a little bit.
Yeah, it's great to see that mix in and of itself. Chris Pye's your early top fastest driver, I should say, in the GT3 class coming out of the booth. But yeah, the mixing is what I really like. Now, of course, it reminds me of the old Grand Am Rolex series, but you know, here's the thing: you've got a spec prototype, spec car, but a lot of very fast drivers in and of themselves. If you remember last time out at Sebring, and it was a long time ago, and sometimes I forget what the heck happened. And we saw how good that Solpeck was to come in, and they didn't dominate. We know how good Solpeck can be. They had to fight for every inch. So, yeah, you think, okay, this is just a PCA event. It's not just a PCA event. It's a PCA event that has some pretty fast competitors in it.
That's Ryan LeMay completing his laps there. The Cat 5 Racing GTP team are finished for this session. They're the points leaders in GTP Pro. They've been the only ones here for this season so far. It's Ken Eskridge, one of the challenge teams, and the only challenge team indeed here today. These 5 GTPs mixing. Once again, for Eskridge to get representative time on the board here. 7 seconds off the pace is a little bit unfair, I think. He's coming through the final turn now and up towards the line. And this is not going to be near the other times, but it is going to be faster than what he's managed before. So there you go, within 4 seconds at least of the pole that time around. Now back to the GT3s again. Well, it looks like Salt Precision Racing have taken the pole. And qualifying in this series does garner you points. 35 for pole, for example. Right the way down. Well, everybody in this server anyway is going to be getting some form of points just for qualifying here in a sort of IMSA-style point system here. It means that the qualifying position matters for points just as well as the race positions do as well. But see, the race positions, there's a lot more points available. So still worth keeping an eye on this for points wise. But it's the race where obviously the real points are delivered, and 350 for the win as opposed to the 35 for pole.
What the
Yeah, it
fuck?
helps guys like us to be able to go, oh, okay, well, it's 35 points for qualifying. You multiply that by 10 for the race points, so that makes adding things on the fly.
Did it make you pay? Oh no, it's the end of the
easier.
session.
As you see,
Yeah, it's the end of the session, but it's in
05 Gone Broke Racing right now.
I got a black flag coming into the
overall in
pits.
The GT3 R class, and he's going to call the session as we are just about ready to wrap up 981 of Dave Jones and the Grello paint scheme there.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a yellow line. You got to be inside the yellow line.
Looks like
Oh,
it. And we'll
Yeah.
very shortly have a look at the starting
so it's just the
grids
pit
all the way
entry,
through to
not
see where
the.
everybody is on.
It wasn't the
these
speed, it
grids.
was the-
As
Hello,
you said,
drivers.
loads more,
Welcome to the
GT3s
warm-up
than
drivers
GTPs,
meeting,
as is the
and
case
thank
in
you
the
for being
team
here for
racing
the
series
third
normally,
event on the
but
2026
still that
Team
multi-class
Racing
traffic
Series
element
calendar,
over the
a
course
daytime
of
race with
these
fair weather in the
3-hour races.
forecast at Watkins Glen International.
To this race
There will be one
here
fast
today,
repair.
just as
You'll be
much.
doing a rolling start
Before
on a
then,
full
there's
pace
a bit of a
lap.
warm-up session.
Mind your speed
of 5
differentials
minutes.
to avoid rear
Everybody
enders
to get
while
used to
establishing and
having
maintaining
multi-class
grid
traffic
formation.
around once again.
Passing on the
It is one of
initial
the most
start
challenging
is
racetracks
restricted
to go
as
to as far
follows.
as multi-class traffic is
Keep
concerned.
straight in your
I would
lanes
argue that out
and
of the 5
maintain
tracks on this schedule,
front-to-back
probably the most
spacing without
difficult
lagging
in
behind
terms
or
of
lurching ahead.
multi-class traffic. But
Stay steady and
it's a
close any
recognised
pace
circuit for
gaps
this kind of
gently.
thing. The 6 hours
No
of the event has been
swerving or
going on for
tire
ages.
warming activity
So
are
it's
allowed
not
and may be
unexpected to these
penalized.
drivers, but no less than difficult.
GT3s should hold back to maintain
It
class
really is, and
safety.
of course, that's it's
On the
6
green
hours. It
flag,
seems like maybe
accelerate
a
as much
10
as
or
the
12
car
hour
ahead
race
of you
anywhere else
allows
because
for,
of
but
how tight
wait
the
until you
confines
reach
are,
the
and of course,
start-finish line before you step out of
like
line to
most
begin
endurance
passing
races,
and racing.
over the years, it's
iRacing's
turned into
automated
more of a
race control
sprint
will
format, but
penalize
especially
you
here,
at every
with it
25
being
passes.
6 hours,
Live race control
you have two
penalties given
drivers.
for
Sometimes,
incidents
in
occurring
other
within
series you
the
lucky have 3,
orange
but here you have
zone,
2, so
which is your
it's
first
kind of a
lap,
sprint
are
ish
enhanced to a
format.
15-second hold in your pit stall.
Yes.
Remember to uncheck all pit services before making your penalty stop, or iRacing's automated race control will add 25 seconds to your hold time for a total of 40 seconds, and live race control cannot clear that. After your first lap, all penalties are drive-through. Remember not to cheat through pit boxes or stop in your pit stall during a drive-through penalty, or iRacing's race control will not clear it. Stay fully on pit road and do not speed if you need to clear a drive-through penalty.
Wide through turn 1, which is
There
a
will
little bit
be
more of an
no
ordeal than it used to be.
full-course cautions,
And then the
but
run
do
up the hill
respect
here for the
local
first time
cautions.
through the bus stop chicane.
Avoid
And this is the
passing or
part of the
recklessness
racetrack here
near
from
other
here on
incidents.
that I think this
Ensure
racetrack is
that
just
you pass
magnificent in a
by
high
the
downforce
distressed
car like this
vehicle
one.
safely before you
It
resume
really is because
ordinary
you can
racing
really
against
commit
the
yourself
other
through the bus
cars.
stop and then set
When
yourself
passing,
up for a good
the
run
overtaking
into
driver
the boot.
carries the most
As you hear,
responsibility
there's not
for
much
passing
throttle loss
safely.
there, but now
If you
start
cannot
to
reach
really
the rear
hammer
axle
on the
of the
brakes, and
overtaken
the car
car
wants to
with your
step
front
out there going
axle
into the
before
boot, so you're headed
turn-in,
over
it is
to
too
the
late
toe
to
for the
pass.
first time.
The
That's
hole
where
you
things
see
are
is
fun because
closing
you're going
rapidly.
uphill.
You may
and,
be in a
basically
blind
a little off
spot.
camber too.
There will likely be
It
contact.
is. It's very, very
There
difficult.
could be an
but
incident,
the most difficult,
and it
to
will
my
be
mind, of the
your
off-camber
fault.
turns is still
So
to
be
go.
prepared to
Next one,
back
though,
off
is
and
turn
follow
8,
if there's any
where
doubt.
it's not off-camber. It is no
On
less
straight,
difficult. Decent
you get one
overtaking chance,
defensive
decent
move
braking
before the
zone.
braking
Can't run
zone.
quite as wide as he used to
A
be able to
second
there, making
defensive
sure he
move may
stay
be
within the track limits
penalized
there just
and
about.
is
But this is
illegal
the
blocking.
most difficult
Do
off-camber corner
not
for me.
serve
Patrick, you
field
there?
penalties
Going away and
in
away
the
and away
racing
from the
line
apex
if
there
it
at turn 9.
impedes
We
following
get back onto the
drivers.
sort of short loop,
If you need
like.
Does he have a
blocking or
setup?
an egregious
Yeah.
blue
Final
flag
couple of turns.
situation
This
looked
is a
at,
wonderful
use
couple of
hope he has a
turns.
setup.
iRacing.com to request a review
Ah.
by
Towards
calling
the line,
it
getting us
out
close
with
to that
your
wall.
car
That
number.
That was pretty
Blue
hard.
flag
Ultra
review.
loud.
Pretty hard pushing there from.
And also have a
Last End
teammate
Foundry,
type a review request in the All
010
Teams
car.
text chat
Will
if
Wolf is out there in
possible.
warm-up right now. And
Please
not
repeat
sure whether
your
it was him
request
who
after a
set
moment
that
if
pole
race
lap there,
control
but
does not
that was
acknowledge.
quite committed. And
It's worth
in pole laps
special
you do
note
see
here
sort of
that
almost
in multi-class racing,
Patrick, you up in the house?
class cars
look to
retain
it in
additional
terms of, you know, no
He might be
responsibility
paying
for
that
passing
dude now.
without
It looks like he's
incident.
done.
But the slower class cars should facilitate
Funny, I'm looking in his
for
living
them.
room.
Additionally,
134.3
all
for him,
license classes
and
are
he's taken the
participating, so
Yeah,
even with
Chad
in a
Henson, who's
specific
alongside.
car class,
David Boyer for
be
Carno
careful
Racing,
about
and third of,
expectations
Ryan
of other
LeMay.
same class
Ken
drivers who
Eskridge,
show additional care and
5 of our
respect for the lower
GTPs.
license
For
classes.
this race. In GT3,
When
there's a much
communicating
bigger
with
grid.
live race control,
With
please
Prescott
use
taking the
either
pole
at
for
drivers
Seoul Pepsi
or
Racing
at
in
all
front of
teams
Zipping
channels.
Wang.
These are
Row
the
2
only
is
channels
Chris
live
Pies
race
and
control
Julian
can hear you
Jones.
on.
Round out those first
Repeat
two
your
races.
request
Jacob
if you
Gabino,
do
the
not
first of
get
the
a response
club class
from us.
teams, starting
Hold
from
on.
Do
here.
not request
Justin St. John
iRacing black
will
flag
be, in
clears and
sixth
do not
place, sorry.
request reconsideration or
Challenge team
explanations for
from,
live race control
Harlow.
penalties.
7th and 8th for
Outside
Jeremy Hall
of
and
live race
Eisenbrink,
control
who was the first
requests,
driver over a
use
second
the
off pole.
radios
Mike
only
Patterson,
for
Alright, I'm gonna have to
essential
pick a car.
drivers to
The top 10
drivers,
was Justin
racing-related
Clare,
exchanges
Sheldon
and
Zouch,
refrain from calling
rounding
out
off row
other
6 as
drivers.
the sport class pole sitter.
At the end of
Then
all
it's
this,
Anthony
wait
James,
until
Rex
track
Jorawala,
is
and
clear
Adam
is
Gurley with
announced by
Dave
live
Jones, the other
race
of the
control
challenge
before
drivers, along
using
with
voice
Tim Tappert,
comms.
who will start from the
This
back
is
there.
because
17
iRacing will
GT3s
report
in
race
this
is over,
race here
even though
today.
the race
I think
is
it's going
not
to be a
finished.
very lively
But
race
we'll
back
let
there.
you know
And
that.
the fact there's
Hey,
so
good luck
many
out
of
there,
them and they're
and have
outnumbering
a
the
fun race
963s
today.
so much means that the prototype drivers are going to have
That
quite
guy sounded
an
like-
ordeal through traffic on the
When I was
first
growing
occasion,
up, it
certainly.
sounded like the fucking
Yeah, first time through, it's
Weatherman
gonna be quite interesting for
that
some
you
of these
called up on the
drivers.
phone.
But the good news is for the GT3s, Ewan, is they only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 GTPs they have to worry about.
Okay.
So that's good news for them. But for the GTPs, yeah, they've got a whole lot of GT3s they got to get through. So 6 mix them one half, half dozen the other.
My exposure.
Depends in which class you're in.
Yeah, the thing
As the
there
warm-up session draws to a close,
is to just
and the
speed up
gridding will
to the
shortly
pace car speed.
get on. Having a look at those,
It's going
those
to grid you
temperatures,
at
by
the
the way,
right distance.
it's
Just
getting
maintain
hot,
that
hot,
distance
hot.
if you could.
44 degrees Celsius is 112 degrees Fahrenheit. And the reason why for this, by the way, is
All right,
because in
I'm
this
picking
series,
the.
they're
I'm
all
just adding
3-hour
fuel
races.
to the
However,
setup.
the
Hopefully we
time,
pass.
acceleration is different depending on what circuit we're at. All of them, apart from Sebring, start at midday. Sebring started at 10 in the morning, so it finished at 10 at night as well. Finished in the darkness. Today we're going to be running 6 hours of time in the simulator, but we are going to be running only 3 hours in the race. So we've got that time multiplier on. That means the temperature is going to dip throughout the day, but to begin with, that's relatively warm.
Yeah, it really is for this time of year. Of course, you know, the sun beating down on the racetrack. That doesn't help, of course, in the northeast Finger Lakes region. It is kind of the early part of the summer, so that's going to make things just a little bit more interesting. And, of course, like we mentioned, the way the time acceleration is, it really will speed things up, especially with the tires. So that's something we're going to have to watch out for.
There they are gridded up on the way down towards turn 8, that is, the heel of the boot. And at about 10 to 1 Eastern time, or 10 to 10 in the morning Pacific time, we'll be ready to go racing in the 2026 Team Racing Series after a 3-month hiatus. The 3 hours here at Watkins Glen, and a bit of a mixed up grid as far as the 963s are concerned as well, so it's going to be an exciting run down towards turn 1, and then that very dangerous run over the top of the hill through turns 2, 3 and 4. Always a point of nervousness for the field as well.
Ewan, real quick, no Rex Jariwala on the grid. The Stallions are number 7. Looks like it's not presented itself on the grid, so might be taking a pit lane start. We'll have to follow up on that, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these cars make their way around. Of course, we got 3 hours of racing, so no use getting too argy-bargy through up through the S's.
There might have to be a pit lane start back there. Hopefully Rex Jariwala can at least get onto the starts, even if it is just from the pit lane. Here we go then. After 3 months off, the Porsche Club of America Team Racing Series returns in 2026 from New York State. It is time for 3 hours at Watkins Glen as Will Wolf brings them to the green. The green flag waves and we're underway for 180 minutes, and it's a good start on the outside from Chad Henson as he tries to challenge down in towards turn number 1. Will Wolf holds the inside nicely though, and he breaks a bit deep, cold tyres, and he goes straight on pretty much. Henson swoops through on the inside and leads up the hill for the first time.
Fantastic start by the GTB. GT3's looking pretty good as well, as Robbie Prescott, your leader there through the S's, couple of side-by-side passes up there near the back, but so far everybody doing their best to avoid that blue Armco at the back, and so far so good as we're starting to straighten out single file as GTPs make their way through the bus stop.
Well, it's the fascinating part of this circuit for the GTPs, where they suddenly really come into their own, whereas the GT3s are just hanging on through there. They're over the curve through the bus stop and then into the long right-hander at the outer loop there. It's still Robbie Prescott leading in front of Chris Pies, who's under pressure from Jake Urbino, by the way. Another great start from Jake Urbino, because he's qualified well in that club class Porsche. He's now up to the top 3 in GT3 as well.
No surprise to see Gerbino looking pretty good so far. That's a name I feel like we've been saying more and more these past couple of seasons, as the 13 trying to work his way around these 2 pro drivers. He is in the club class, so that's something to think about as well, as they're second in class. Gone Broke Racing a little bit further back, so it's a tight, as we mentioned in the open, it's a tight championship battle. Yes, it's still early in the race, early in the season, think about that, but the more points you can garner throughout this early part of the season, the better off you're going to be, as you see Gerbino trying to do what he can to close in on Chris Pies for that second overall spot.
We'll keep an eye on where everybody is in terms of the championship a little bit later. We'll do some maths when it all settles down, but at the end of lap number 1, Salt Pepper Citizen Racing continue to lead the field around in front of Imperial Motorsport, and then R-Speed Black. It's close for the lead in GTP as well here. PCA Sim Racing lead the way, then Last 10th Foundry, then Cat 5 Racing GTP. That's 3 in a line effectively, in the draft of one another. That's not going to remain the case all throughout this race when they come into traffic a little bit later on in this race. However, for now, it is nose to tail for those front 3.
Now we see Rex Jariwala back on the timing charts, and indeed he is in pit road. So one has to wonder, there's some connection issues with the Stallion RR drivers. We're watching this battle for third place. That's an out-of-class battle. It's GT3R Pro versus GT3R Club. Both Imperial Motorsports second place in their class. Chris Pies doing what he can to not only keep Jake Urbino behind him, he's got to catch up to Robbie Prescott. Those Solpec boys, they are oh so fast. And look who else is coming into the fray. It's Ziping Wang, who is really fast in his qualifying effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Under a lot of pressure though at the moment is Pies has come up towards the right-hander at turn 8, the heel of the boot. They are getting away from the rest as well though, so it's not all bad at the moment for these front guys in GT3. So it spreads out a little bit further down. As you say, Rex Jerwala has been having some connection problems. He's seemingly back in the race now in that number 7, but severely delayed there down at the back end of the field for Stallions RR, and as a club class team, looks like the one that is currently in 3rd overall. Speed Black and Jake Urbino to the end of lap number 2. They've settled in here quite nicely, and out front, Robbie Prescott is trying to break away from the rest of the field here. Just break that draft here at Watkins Glen, which could be quite crucial, if maybe more symbolic than actually practically going to make a difference.
I mean, it'll make a little bit of difference going into a couple of long straightaways like we mentioned, but it's not going to make that much of a difference because either way, like we said at the beginning, these are a lot of very fast-flowing corners, you know, through the S's, into the outer loop, and around basically the boot as well. So lots of opportunities to make some sort of passing with, you know, in spite of not having those long straightaways like you would see at Sebring, at Daytona, at Road America later on in the season. So these 3 hours, it's going to be a challenge for these drivers to try and keep others behind here. On board with the 987 of Ryan LeMay right now in the GTP Pro class. 3rd overall, however, trying to close in on Henson and Wolf. And you basically put a blanket over these 3, 1 second separate them. But with the format of this race, you want to keep these drivers in tow because if they get away and now you don't have 2 opportunities to go in front, you just have 1, and that's pit strategy.
Indeed. It's a remarkable start to the race though for these 3, isn't it? The way they're staying this close together. There you can see the positions changing amongst them. PCA Sim Racing getting ahead of Last 10th Foundry off the start here, and Cat 5 Racing getting past Kainar Racing to go with them here into the bus stop chicane again. They've got tyres up to temperature here. They're settling into a stint. It's like settling into a stint where the 3 of them, Henson, Wolf and LeMay, are all very, very evenly matched. And knowing what we do about the series racing we see here with recent season series 15 of the Bush Road America Sim Racing Series, I would say that it's reasonable that Henson and Wolf will be on a similar speed. I think that lines up. I don't know if I've seen too much of Ryan LeMay though, but this is a great showing from him that he can stay with these 2 so early on in this race, I think.
Yeah, and of course, you know, that's what you need to do. You need to stay within your competitors. You got some side-by-side action back here. That is for 8th place overall. Justin St. John getting around Joe Sinclair for that position, and knocking on the doors Peter Coomer and the number 05 Glenbrook Racing in the club class as he tries to close in. And that's actually not going to be an in-class battle because he's in the club. The other 2 ahead of him are in the pro class. But still, a lot of great paddling here all throughout the field. And I think if you're Ryan LeMay, yeah, you're not closing in on the other drivers, but you're still setting lap times good enough to stay within striking distance. Should Henson or Wolf drop a wheel, which in spite of all of the runoff here, Ewan, that's pretty easy to do in some corners, especially the bus stop.
There's a good run there for the 010 out front for the lead, by the way. Wolf has got a good run this time around on Chad Henson. Coming up towards the bus stop, he's going to go for the lead here on the bottom of your screen. The overall lead almost changing. Will Wolf was looking down the inside there for the pass, but couldn't get it done. It's narrow into there, and as far as your racing line is concerned, there's not much scope to run side by side, and that just seemed to put off Will Wolf there from actually going through with that brave move.
You missed setting
Now
up
Wolf
the.
is actually back up into
Whoa.
Ryan LeMay, so that's one thing that LeMay
The car
really
setup.
wanted is to close in on
I just
these two.
added fuel
And of course,
to
it's
it.
also really got to get going as well because Charlie Boyer
Oh, shit.
running in the Kiernan Racing Blau, number 93, the
That
club
fuck us up
class.
on our start?
He's closed in, so now you're
No. I just added fuel to what to his quali, and it took it.
See Jake Urbino
Oh, okay,
once again
cool,
closing
cool.
in on Chris Pies coming out of the S's. Prescott, he's long gone, done and dusted at this point. Let's see if Urbino does anything here. A little bit too far away, but here's what I find interesting, and now we're getting to the point in the race, and I thought we'd see it later, where now you're starting to see the GT3Rs just run in pairs. So you've got second and third in a pair, fourth and fifth, sixth and seventh, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I thought it would be a bit later as well, but
Club.
it's the way that this has been stretched out straight away by Robbie Prescott. I mean, he's normally at the start of the race, as you say, it doesn't split off to pairs like this quite so soon, but this is the legacy of the leader here, effectively just pulling on the elastic of this front group, and it's split apart here, and everybody else is just scrambling around to save themselves here at the moment further down. Look again from Urbino here as he's in behind.
That's my mark.
Chris Pies towards turn 9, he can't seem to get past, or maybe he won't get past for the moment. Maybe he's choosing not to. A fight here for second is only going to give Prescott an even bigger lead when he's able to create his own rather big lead at the front at the moment. So I think he's less than encouraged to actually make something happen right now.
And then just pair up, try and catch up to Prescott as best you can, or you wait for the last 10th pair to close in on you, and then you take that because 16 wheels are definitely better than 4. You're able to close in on Prescott and then have basically a very good race for the lead. As you see, there's the first pair and the second pair. On paper, it doesn't look like they're closing, but if you take a look at it visually, they might start to close in. And since by the last 10th pair of Wang and Jones decided to split up just a little bit coming out of turn 1.
Another chance in towards the bus stop here. Urbino stays where he is once again here through 10 minutes of this race tonight at Watkins Glen. The third round in the 2026 Team Racing Series at the Porsche Club America Sim Racing Championship. We've had 3 months away from this series, as you say, following the Innsbruck Endurance Series, as it were. So generally does tend to be some big breaks off this year.
Tim Tap.
We're visiting the 5 racetracks where there's 6-hour or longer races being held in the real world. Here, though, 3-hour races, all it is, although to say that the time is elapsed by 2 times what it is normally, so it will get a lot cooler a lot earlier. There's a look again, a look to the inside from Will Wolf, who's continually putting the pressure on Chad Henson. That might have been his last chance into the bus stop before they hit traffic here in the next few moments. It's not too far away now.
Closing average so slightly, so I'm wondering if Wolf and LeMay are sitting there thinking, well, you know what, let's wait and see how the lap down traffic ends up, because you'll have to encounter Whiskey Wheels, Alder Creek, Chroma Motorsports White. Those will usually be the first 3 that these GTPs will come across. So I'm curious to see if that's the case, with Wolf, LeMay, and Boyer. Let Henson get out there. Let him burn up his tires early, so he'll have to pit earlier than everybody else. But
they only knew.
Using the lap down strategy, really not too
in
bad.
this car.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ewan, but we normally see lapping around, 20, 30 minutes into these races?
Yeah, I think we're going to see it earlier here. It depends really how big the track is and how big the difference is in terms of the speed of the classes. So
he's knocking on fucking
downforce circuit,
some doors here,
to
making people nervous.
Closing. So I'd say within 10 laps or so we're going to see some lapping here happening. We've just started lap 8 now, so we're really not very far away from that.
That's crazy.
In the next few moments.
Last
time around, these guys were all in the 36s.
He's been doing it already, so
even the best of them were in the 45s.
Yeah.
So, but most of them in the 46s, all slower. So yeah, really depends on what kind of circuit we're at. But because you want such a high downforce car around here, the GTPs I think get round here much easier than the GT3s do.
Right, maybe
he's about to make 2 spots.
Yeah, that's just just the case with even a prototype in a GT class either way, because the GTPs are purpose built for this. GT3s normally they're basically roll off in essence, roll off the shop, throw a cage in them, and boom, ready to go.
Bill.
Actually watching.
How do
Now
you-
they are
how do
starting to
you
close
look
in.
at this?
Almost 3 wide
It's okay.
for position.
It's
Looks for
all
6th
right.
place with Stallions Imperial Matrix Black. So already getting spicy through the boot.
Well, that was quite a moment to cut to there. Battle for 6th place in GT3.
How do I look at this?
All sorts of
in what?
different classes
How do
involved.
I know
And
who's
another move through the
in,
penultimate turn. Well, that was a high-risk move because it's high speed back here
Like, who are
at
we
the very
competing
final
against?
part of the lap. Jeremy Hall pushed out wide by Ed
I
Eisenring
do it through
on the
iRacing.
aggressive there, and he loses 2 places as a result.
You're
Justin
challenged,
St. John
so
was
you're,
able to come
anybody
free
with the
as
CL.
well as a result of this.
CL or
Matrix
CH?
have 2
CH.
teams involved here, so might be able to do
CH, yeah.
something
Nobody has a
working
CH.
together.
Oh,
You see
no.
the 2 similar
Yeah.
liveries
that's
involved here, but the
Bird.
212 is
No,
not
they're
quite
a
able to say
GTP
with the
though.
55 here
No,
at the
if
moment.
you
Eisenring's
look
now
at
going to
the
get clear.
screen, the
Side
only-
by
the
side
only
over the
other
top of the
car
hill.
that
Got to be
we
careful
do is
here.
Alto.
Got to be very careful. And there's contact
14.
over the top of the hill.
Shit.
It's one of the
Shit.
narrowest
What the
parts of
fuck
this
just
racetrack.
happened?
And they've come to blows. They've come to blows. The 212 is involved in it. And they've got damage, as will all 3 of them involved in that. Side by side over the top of the hill only works if you're very, very careful over the top, and I'm afraid those 3 teams weren't quite careful enough, and they've come to blows at turn
got
3.
hit?
Meanwhile, Ryan
Okay.
LeMay is into the pits. He decides that he's going to pit early and
Looks
get
like
away
he's
from
going
this GT3 traffic.
inside to
And thankfully, this all
outside.
happened
Oh,
ahead
OP
of
spun
our
it.
GTP leaders
No.
as they're trying to slice
I
and
think
dice
so.
their way through. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. Look at this. As now you have a battle for the lead between Henson and Wolf. They work their way into the boot. Henson, your new leader. And so Will Wolf had the lead for just the time being. And now it's a matter of do you make the pass,
Looks like
poke
he
your
lives.
nose in there, or do you lose the lead? It's so tough to make that decision, especially this early on in the race.
Well, he just made the wrong decision behind a bit of traffic there through the outer loop, did Hansen, and he did lose the lead briefly, but he's held back Will Wolf more generally now, and he's making the
it's
right
behind him.
decisions now.
It was behind
so
him.
He gets caught up behind the 210 there towards turn 9. As long as he protects the inside line there, he should stay in front, and he does. A flash of the lights from Wolf as he follows through. And Charlie Boyett is the next one involved there, because as you mentioned, Ryan LeMay did come into pit late. 38.5 seconds is pretty much a full stop. I wonder whether he forgot to take out some fuel, or sorry, put in more fuel after qualifying, and he's had to come in early because that's a very, very long stop. But meantime, the guys who are left are fighting anyway. Boyer to the outside that time on Wolf, and now he cuts back to the inside off of turn 1. Now they're side by side over the top of the hill, and you've got to be careful through here, as we've just seen. Wolf this time though gets away with it with Boyer, and they stay as they are. This race has sprung into life in the traffic for the first time.
Yeah, and I think that Boyer decided discretion was the better part of Valor. Knew it was so early in this race. You don't want to have anything to really, mess you up right there. Which, by the way, we got a black flag on Jeremy Hall, so he'll have to come in and serve that penalty. And here's exactly why: as he takes a low wiggle going through the midpoint of the S's. And I think the live race stewards decided that, you know what, Hall was at fault there for not giving enough room there for that incident.
Yeah,
he's in front of
and
us.
back to what
The
we
guy in
talked
front of
about
you,
with the
green
Ryan
car?
LeMay issue.
Yeah.
963s have 100% fuel,
I'm trying to find the other
and
one.
a typical stint is about
But
40
you're gaining on it,
minutes
so
for those cars.
just
So
keep doing what you're doing.
I have a feeling that you're right, that there wasn't just enough fuel in that Ryan LeMay car.
I think right from the very beginning. I think that's probably the right call from Race Control. If you look at the line that he was on there on the inside line,
There's not even a
Jeremy
lot of
Hall,
GTPs.
he was
There's only
not going
5.
to, make that corner and give enough space. Well, as
Yeah.
we saw,
We should've
to the cars
participated in
on the
that one,
outside.
maybe.
And that when you're on the inside like that, especially when you've got such
Just
responsibility
for overall.
at that stage in the
Two of you
race.
in clap. There'd still be just 2 of you in
By
clap.
penalty has
Because there's
been
one.
dished out, and I can't say you can have too many complaints
I would imagine they have
about
an
that
overall.
one. Battle for the lead again overall.
Oh, yeah,
A
they have.
breathless race so far we've seen in the first 20 minutes here. Will Wolf on the back of Chad Henson here for the lead as they go over the top of the hill. That's Ed Eisenring, by the way, who'll be very pleased that he got past and clear of that group before it all descended into the incident that we just saw. But there's Eisenring being put a lap down, and it doesn't present an opportunity to Wolf this time around to get past Chad Henson, but still close for the lead with even with the 3 we have left, even if Ryan LeMay is no longer here. As you say, no restriction on fuel for these 963s here in this series. There is for the GT3s, But yeah, that should easily be getting them to even 45, 50 minutes, I'd say, around Watkins Glen. So it is, a mistake, I think, or maybe something else going on there for Cat 5 Racing.
One has to wonder as well if it was some kind of reverse strategy. Get out there, get away from the GT3 traffic, and make yourself known. Either way, we'll see how it plays out. We've still got plenty of time left. Here's what I find is interesting, though, is the way that the lap traffic has worked. Will Wolf has gone between Chad Henson and Charlie Boyer in trying to save a battle for position, as you see them along the inside of Julian Jones, Yiping Wang, the next car that will be put one lap down by these prototypes. And you see all sorts of slicing and dicing. Got to give Chad Henson some credit there, because thought he could use one of those last 10th Porsches to give him some sort of a block there. Wasn't able to work, and now you see Will Wolf trying to close in once again on the leader. They're almost side by side, but Wolf backs off just a little bit going into turn number one, as they've got a couple more. Those are the two cars we saw battling for second place earlier on in this race for the GT3. Second place overall. Oh, that was
this guy doing
beautiful
exactly
pass
what
there
they
by
told you not to
Henson,
do?
as he puts lots
we
of space
clarify
between
why
he
this
and
was a
Wolf
race?
for the time being. And now the battle for second place heats up as Boyer goes side by side with Henson, or Wolf, I should say. Move Boyer to second and Wolf back to third.
Just taking advantage of that moment through traffic. Charlie Boyer moves up to second in the GTP class, and perhaps more importantly, to first place in the club category for GTP. That Kynar racing car has won on both occasions and taken pole on both occasions this season so far. Now, it hasn't taken pole for this round, so there's the first change of this season, really, between these two teams. They have now, though, taken the race lead, and they much rather the 30 points versus second that they're going to get for winning, rather than, I suspect, the 3 points advantage that the last 10th founded team will have got for pole. But every little bit of gain is going to help them for this point in the season. But yeah, that's a nice move from Boyer. That's exactly what you got to do through traffic, really. Try and take advantage of what's going on in front. And Wolf has just had a bad moment through this final bit of traffic. They've finished passing the guys there, because that is Robbie Prescott. Through that final bit of traffic there, Wolf just wasn't quite having the best look, and Boyer's taking advantage of it.
You and I don't know if you saw it as well coming out of the boot. Jake Urbino darn near side slacked that wall coming drivers right back onto the short circuit. He has lost twice the amount of pace that he did. He was run about 1/10 of a second, now 6/10 of a second behind Chris Pies for second overall in GT3. But look, Pies is in pro. You've got Gerbino and RSB Black in club. So really, yeah, it's more pride at this point, but at the same time, you want to get ahead, because you take a look, the next club driver, if I'm counting right, is going to be Peter Coomer right now in 8th in the GT3 R class. It's he's, if I'm trying to do my math, about 20 seconds behind.
20 minutes into
Getting spicy
this
up in front of you.
3-hour race from Watkins Glen this afternoon. What a start we've had, by the way, as the Team Racing Series returns. This has been absolutely fantastic stuff so far. In GT3, Salt Precision Racing leading by 3.5 seconds. Then it's Chris Pies. Jake Urbino leading in the club class.
Come on.
And zipping Wang. Julian Jones next, another pro of Ed Eisenring, who is in 6th position at the moment. Justin St. John, Peter Kuma, Anthony James, Joe Sinclair, the top 10 in GT3 at the moment. Here is just to the bottom end of that top 10 right now. Joe Sinclair behind Anthony James, club class driver, ahead of a pro class driver as things stand. These two down towards the right-hander, the heel of the boot. Turn 8. Bit of damage it even looks like on Sinclair's car. He must have got caught up with that instant over the top of the hill that unfolded right in front of him there a couple of laps ago.
And of course, something to think about too, in this 3-hour race, you only have one fast repair, so use it wisely. If you're not affected too much by it, you don't need to really think about touching that, because things can go wrong very fast here at the Glen. You're on board on the bottom with Will Wolf trying to close in on Charlie Boyer. Again, the 93 Kiernan Racing Blau ahead of the 010 last 10th Foundry 963, making their way into the booth. The good news is they haven't lost Chad Henson too much yet, but the bad news is for Boyer and Wolf, That 21 is getting smaller and smaller every corner here around the circuit as you take a look at that battle for second place above us still for GT3 between Pies and Garbino.
It's interesting how Henson was able to be kept in check so closely by Wolf early in this race, because now that Boyer is in second, that gap is extending for the overall lead here, and Wolf wants that second place back. He looks to the inside through turn 9, and he's going to get that door shut on him by Charlie Boyer, but that was a decent look, and it shows the urgency here that Wolf is driving
the biggest
with.
obstacle
Yeah, but here's
for
the thing, you're still
GTPs for us
pretty
was
early
trying to
into
get
this
through,
race.
navigate traffic.
I'm not sure I would push that hard for an
Yeah.
extra
For me,
position.
that would have been
I mean,
the
yes,
thing,
it is
'cause
for the club lead,
something
but
very
either
foreign
way,
to me.
you don't want to tear up your
on
equipment
top
too
of
soon. You
pulling
have
into
to
the
pit,
pits.
1 to 2 laps earlier than you really needed to, as they work their way up and around.
Stop doing it
the S's
one-handed.
through those uphill climb, and they're looking
That's when
pretty
it's
good
the
so far.
worst.
But I guess I understand Will Wolf's urgency here, but I don't get the strategy behind it.
Well, it's not a huge lead still for Henson, which is the positive part for these guys. Still only a second and a half, but as it's flattening out here and there's no traffic around, it seems to be going Henson's way just a little bit. Last time round he gained 0.08 of a second, which no is not much, but it is just padding his lead ever so slightly. Wolf just seems to be a little bit stronger as well through this section right here, the boot. He was looking up the inside as they exited the boot going on to turn 9 last lap. A good run through at turn 6 this lap to get pretty close. See what he does, if anything, into the hairpin this time around. He's not quite as close, but he's showing intent here. And 25 minutes into this race, they won't be a million, well, they'll certainly be halfway through their stint by now. So getting towards
Matrix
lower
Black.
fuel runs now. Wolf's still showing that he's got the speed here to stay with Henson, but he needs to get back to second first.
How this all works
146
out. There's
is
your
what
battle for
Justin's
GTP,
average.
and of course this is great battles for second place overall in class. But here's the thing:
Yeah.
the one on the top means
He's doing
just a
pretty
little
good.
bit more, because that's also the battle for the lead in each class. So it seems like Wolf's getting closer and closer. Let's see if he deploys anything here on the back straightaway, or if Boyer decides to take a little bit of a defensive approach into the bus stop. No, he's going to leave that door open as Wolf looks to the inside to think
catching, though.
better of it.
You're getting
Through the
bigger
bus
and
stop
bigger
he
and
comes.
bigger in
Of
that
course, he's gonna lose
windscreen.
a lot of ground here. Now we take a look at what Garbino has for Pies down into that downhill braking zone in turn 1. About a car length separate those two. And you and I think that these guys are probably pretty content with seeing where they are. But here's the problem with both of those drivers, or both those battles, I should say. The overall leader in class has already stepped away. You've got Henson 1.7 seconds ahead of this battle for second place in GTP, and Prescott has opened up a commanding almost 5 seconds to Chris Pies.
Yeah, it's getting larger, isn't it, as well, this gap at the front. I mean, it's not like Prescott is driver of the only pro team in the race or anything like that. It's very populated, the pro class, but he's just the fastest of them. Now, we're only in the first half an hour of this race, and these guys have already completed their minimum drive time now. They're getting that way with the fair share rules, but every single team in this race has to change driver at some point and satisfy a fair share rule between 2 of their drivers here today. So this is only one set of matchups, if you like. There's still a whole nother grid of drivers yet to come here today as Wolf looks down the inside there of Boyer. Oh, the Porsche in front there, the GT3 goes straight off the road there in seeing the 2 leading battlers coming towards him there. That might be a good idea. Might be overly cautious, but let's see what happens here towards the bus stop. Wolf in the slipstream again. Is there enough of a straight here for him to get alongside Boyer in time? There isn't, and still he can't get past as they enter traffic now for the second time.
And this is how it's going to be. Plan out your race accordingly. Once you get towards the GT3s, that's where you decide, okay, I'm going to make this pass here. Sit back there, save some fuel, save some energy, so you're not having to fight your way all throughout the field. Because yes, you got to stop and figure with these things being hypercars / hybrids. you're still saving energy, which is what we call the fuel and the electric power that goes into these cars each and every pit stop. You know, Wolf's going to get closer and closer. Wait for that slip up on Boyer, which he thinks is going to happen anytime soon. But Boyer, you know how good he's slicing and dicing his way through traffic, because he almost made that pass on Wolf several times when they were lapping the first time around GT3 traffic.
To the final couple of corners again for the second and third place battle. And Henson negotiating traffic well this time. I mean, they're a little bit more spread out now, those GT3s, so picking them off one by one. Here comes Wolf again. He had a look towards the inside of turn one last lap. Can't do it again. And these GTPs, when they're so fast down this straight here, the back straight towards the bus stop chicane, makes it very difficult to use this longest draft opportunity here for Will Wolf up the hill.
The Soundless 963s, they work their way out of the S's, and there you go. Wolf once again closing in on Boyer, but Boyer back on the brakes through the bus stop, and it looks like that Boyer's gets a better exit, and that's how he's able to stave off as Ken Eskridge falls back a little bit for LeMay. He's moving his way up through the field, so move LeMay up to 4, still second in the pro class, but with that pit stop in hand,
slowed him down too.
Might play into some sort of a good strategy for him in the early part of this race. We'll have to go back to that once we get closer.
Even
to the
more
end of the
right
race.
there.
And now the battle's afoot.
Be patient. Be patient.
Are all over the place. You see, Whiskey
You got the pace on him.
Performance
Be
Racing,
patient.
the first two to get 2 laps now.
Down the inside for Boyer, and he's now only a second behind Henson, so not such good luck this time round for the PCA Sim Racing driver, but there's a whole load of free air up in front for them to negotiate now in terms of traffic, so that is a positive news for them. Either way, we're about half an hour through this opening race of the day, the opening race of the summer, if you like, in the PCA. This is Ken Eskridge slowing down in here, by the way, just to let Ryan LeMay through. With half an hour done this afternoon, time to remind you once again that we're thrilled to have Princess Cruises continue as the PCA Sim Racing title sponsor throughout 2026. With 17 ships sailing to 345 destinations on 7 continents, world-class cuisine inspired by the places we visit, and the friendliest crew at sea, Princess is ready to welcome you on board. And specifically for PCA members, join the Treffin at Sea 2026 Pacific Wine Country Cruise on the Grand Princess, sailing from Vancouver to Los Angeles, September 19th to 25th. Go to the website links on screen, that's pca.princesspartnerships.com, or call 833-679-2188. Speak to a PCA Travel Concierge agent. That's 833-679-2188. Well, great battling out here at Watkins Glen so far this afternoon, and finally Charlie Boyer looks to be under pressure, perhaps the fiercest pressure he's felt so far since getting this second. There was a bit of contact there. I think Wolf got his braking wrong slightly for turn 8, and he barges Boyer just a little bit, shoulder to shoulder as it were, through the hairpin. They're still side by side through turn 9. The outside though for Wolf prevails. They lose a bit of time to the leader Henson, but finally Wolf has got himself through.
And that's sometimes the way turn 8 works, is you don't want to mess that up. But of course, that was interesting too. You saw Boyer have to let off. I think he went into that final quarter just a little bit too fast.
Yeah, you got another lap before you
And
catch him.
now that Wolf is really slicing his way through traffic, I've got
How's
to say
fuel
this
going?
is going to be quite interesting to see if Boyer can really get his bag all together and try once again. Oh, that was
2.7 to
Ian.
Ian.
Once again to close in on Wolf, but the way that Wolf
wait,
is
hold
slicing
on.
through traffic, I think it's going to be easier said than done.
It's a bit tentative there on that occasion, Boyer, and that gap is gone. Wolf is into second definitively. But I think these next few moments are going to be very, very telling in terms of this leading fight here. Can Wolf actually close a gap that's sort of been created there by Chad Henson throughout that fight there? I mean, he's already gaining a little bit through traffic. We'll see what it is when they come through these kind
Your
of
alarm hasn't even come
parts
on
of the
yet.
traffic and see what
No,
when they're at
I got
the
8
other
laps,
side of the
8.5
traffic.
laps to
It's going to be a big test, I think, of
empty.
Wolf to see if he can actually not only maintain a gap to Henson, which we've seen him do, but can he actually close one back into being
The
a fight for the lead
2.7
again
is
here?
how many pit stops it will take for us to get to the
that's
end.
the question. It's a matter of
nice.
trying to catch
It might-
traffic at the right time, which we know the Wolf, he's closing in ever so slightly as they work their, as
So
he works
that's
his way
in line
through
with
the final
3
parts
pits.
of this of the lap down cars. As he's about 0.8 of a second behind Henson. But watching these. Watching this GT3 battle is absolutely fantastic, as still Imperial and R-Speed Black still second and third, but they've been at it for the past half hour or so to try and at least get some sort of semblance of track position, but at the same time, they're losing Solpak. Solpak's now 6.1 seconds ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, it's a remarkable drive so far from Robbie Prescott. This
There you
he
go.
is motoring, and he is a long way in front of the field right now in GT3, and it doesn't seem really that Garbino thinks he can do anything about it, because he's not even made an attempt to try and pass Chris Pice here. I do wonder how much for Garbino this is about just saving a bit of fuel right now and just making absolutely sure he can make it to the 45-minute mark in this race, which might be a little bit difficult. We'll have to see where people are at. I think making 45 minutes should be fine.
If you got 8.7 laps, you might be able to save some fuel behind this guy and run it up to 9.
When these pit stops are made, the first pit stops of surely 3 over the course of today in both categories.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, I think 3's a good number
Yeah,
right there.
he's
like
slowing
gaining
down.
he's
To
slow.
the
Yeah, he's
second
slow
time
quite a
that,
bit.
he has been in the pits.
He's trying to
The
decide if
first
it's
time
me
he's
or Patrick
actually,
in the car.
making some sort of pit stop there. I think Jerry Wallace.
Is it whiskey or wheels?
As he is in and out of the pits, and I think that Jerry Wallace
Wait,
in
which
the pits
one's
with
which?
some sort of damage. He's been in there for about 15 minutes. Looks like he's had to possibly take some sort of toes. You see Joe Sinclair closing in on Adam Girdling for position. That's overall.
See, I'd never make it on your
The
team.
battle for 11th. They still got the tight battle.
One
for
shot
second
and
in
I'd be
GT3R.
toast. He
Kind of
didn't want
recording
to,
effect
it was
where
like after a
they've
shot.
lost touch a little bit, but they're starting to gain control of each other here in, right now.
Yeah, and by the way, on Jerry Waller, I think he's continuing to have trouble that has persisted right from the start of this race. So far is seemingly out of this one, certainly out of the running at the moment. Here comes Anthony James in pit lane for the Missile Motors team. 210 into pit lane and pulls to a stop right in front of the box. See whether there's any driver changes at this stage. As I mentioned, fair share rules are in effect here, but the iRacing fair share rules really aren't very restrictive, so you could get out right now and be done for the day if you so wish.
Yeah, so that kind of is what we call here in the States the RJ Valentine rule. And if you've a long-time fan of sports car racing, you know what that rule entailed. Or if you remember, RJ Valentine would do 1, maybe 2 laps, come in, and Andy Lally, his normal co-driver, whoever his pro co-driver is, would run the rest of the race, and that would work in Grand Am up until the officials were like, you know, maybe we should change some things around.
I still think in IMSA there's some rules that they really should, on drive time, they really should, well, I say fix. I guess they don't think there's anything wrong with them. But the fact that, for example, the fact at Long Beach you can do about 5 minutes and be done for the day, you know, I don't know. I just don't like it. Anyway, Garbino's finally going to go for it here down the inside into second. And, he does a good job at just about holding onto the racetrack there. But Pies lets him go. And based on how I know how Chris Pies drives, having watched him in the PCA and elsewhere for a while, I don't know if he's going to respond here, to be honest. He might just take the extra fuel save that he's going to experience here down towards the bus stop, although maybe not. He's going to pull to the outside. Gets side by side in time for the bus stop, but he's going to have to back out from there. And meantime, coming on to them both is the battle for the lead. Wolf has been able to, from a standing start, catch back up to Chad Henson and put him under pressure once again.
It just goes to show how close that these battles are all throughout the field. Joe Sinclair into the pits right now, as you see Henson almost thought about a look there on Pies, but decides, they're going to split the uprights heading into the toe. I cannot believe it. That could have been absolutely nasty as both GT3s get up to the front.
That was fantastic driving from all 4 involved through the middle of those GT3s. One went to the left, one went to the right. I think they were both trying with the aim to stay out of the way for those GTPs to come through in the end in their own weird way. That actually did work, but that's not in the textbook, certainly. Henson still in front of Wolf, and Pies able to regain his place over Gerbino. I thought he'd just let that go, and he'd let Gerbino keep second until the pit stop, but Chris Pies did want to get that second place back, and he's got it back.
Can you say vintage Watkins Glen? This race has had almost everything that we've come to expect, and we're not even 40 minutes into this race.
Inside.
Do is laugh as Pies trying to close in, trying to hold on to that second place overall in the GT3 class.
Outside. There you go.
Remarkable race.
All right,
so
you got
far.
plenty of space now.
What we haven't had though in this race just
Use
yet
this guy in front of
pit
you,
stops,
drop.
and they're on their way very, very soon for
You
the
can follow
leaders.
him right past green guy.
Here comes Gerbino in the slipstream of Pies. There's Prescott, by the way, that the overall leaders are just passing on the top of his screen right now, so they're in a little bit of clearer air, but the traffic coming in less defined chunks now, and actually just more sort of constantly through the course of the day. So this is where the proper endurance part of it comes in now, because, as I say, before it was sort of
he
2 or 3 laps
got a
of pure
penalty earlier for
concentration
contact.
and, manic traffic. Now it's just sort of 1 or 2 per lap maybe, and that's where the sort of constant concentration and patience and pressure of traffic is going to come in. Now that it's just thinning out a little bit. See on the top of your screen.
Okay, so this is
just
not
getting
lap
a
traffic.
slightly bigger lead.
No, that was a position, but look at how much you gained right there.
That's what we see.
gotta
We
keep
see
following
Henson
through,
losing
keep following
ground
through,
during
keep
the
following
lap
through.
down contests. Once he gets around all the GT3s, that's where things get a lot easier. Of course,
Power.
you see Anthony James will be the next car to be put 1 lap
Yeah,
down.
baby.
James with a
Yeah,
pit stop
baby.
already. 33-second pit stop, so a little bit longer than what we have
That's what I'm
seen
talking
in
about
some
right
of these
there, brother.
pit stops.
Whoa,
But
whoa.
here's the thing, too.
All right,
No driver changes as of yet. So take a look up and down those who have pitted, as you're seeing the 21, Chad Henson holding on to Will Wolf.
Now he
Almost
knows
able to
it's
close in
Patrick.
just a little bit off the corner, but once he gets up through the S's, I think that catch-up is going to be all for naught.
Yep.
Indeed, 40 minutes about to be complete here at Watkins Glen. Fantastic start to this race here. The first quarter flying by for the 3 hours today. A proper fight for the race lead. And of course, we're yet to really think about how Ryan LeMay is going to actually filter into this. We know that he's made an extra stop, or a stop indeed. He's made it early. He's so far, as a result, nearly a minute down on the field. However, where is he going to mould into this once everybody pits again? It's not unreasonable to think that actually LeMay might be leading when these two actually come into pit lane because of the fights they've had. Now, because he's made such an early stop, and I think, as I said earlier, maybe he didn't increase fuel from that pit.
So are we taking
qualifying,
tires?
which is given them
Obviously
a really
fronts.
early stop there. That might hamper them later on, but I think for now they could even end up in the lead here when these two come in.
It's quite possible, and I think that LeMay and Cat 5 Racing probably had 2 different strategies.
You got
One,
5
pit with
laps.
everybody else, or 2, once you get up to the
4 laps,
GT3
4 laps.
traffic.
4. Yes.
Pit now, so that's less traffic you have to deal with a little bit later on, and you're not sliced and diced with the rest of the GTPs, I should say. That's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. And I don't know. I think that might be one of the correct calls you see down there. Gerbino still closing in on Chris Pies.
Well, you're going to double
it's
stick
only
your
a matter
driver,
of
right?
time
You're not
before
swapping driver.
we start to see these two pit together.
It doesn't.
Or
I mean,
does one go off?
You'll lose time if you swap driver every pit.
See here.
okay. Well, we should have talked that
Interesting
over,
to
but
see
is that
in
cool
both
with you, Dave?
categories. 80%
Yeah.
fuel
Okay.
restriction, as we've said, in the GT3R category. Normally you'd expect an hour, so
Because
8%
you're, what, 40
is
minutes
what,
in now, right?
Probably decrease
45
that by
minutes in?
12 minutes. Maybe sort of just
another
over
10 laps will
45.
bring
Now,
you-
to
bring
make
you
this a
to
3-stop race,
54.
you need 4 stints of
So-
45 minutes. So that should be fine, but see at the bottom of your screen
Yeah.
right now,
You could almost
fight for second place,
almost half
making
fuel
their way around the bus stop.
and
So
then
they need
run
to
this
go on
half
for
stint
maybe
and not
2
change
more
tire
laps after this
and only
one to
change
be
the front
fully safe on making a
and,
3-stop race,
and
but
then
I
swap.
don't think it should be a problem.
So you get up to an hour and a half. See what I'm saying?
No, it shouldn't be too
I mean,
much of an
depends upon how
issue.
you're
Of course,
feeling,
with
Dave.
all
If you're in
the,
the groove,
the saving
stay
that you
in the
can
groove.
do, it's going to make things just a little bit easier as they work their way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm good.
And yeah, fill it up and fucking run it.
Dino, I think, has been pretty happy, though, to sit back here with Chris Pies.
So I go into pits, fill it up, and then come in about half tank.
Here as that,
Wherever you
13
want. Like I said,
R-Speed
if you're feeling good at that point.
Ironic. It's green, but yet we're still calling it a
Okay.
Are you think he should just take less fuel if he's going to come in
Look at
anyways?
these teams for that sort of thing.
Like I said, that
Long time
depends.
complaint from
Like
his
you wouldn't,
commentators.
like if you were gonna
Anyway,
take less fuel and then
Besides that moment of
swap
madness, I think,
drivers at like the
you're
halfway
right,
point.
Garbino has been willing to stay behind Pies.
See what I'm saying?
As I'm referring to is when.
But even
actually managed to
with
fasten
that,
the
you could
overtake.
I think in this
Heading back
series you
into
can
Motorsports
fuel
car,
while
and
your
Pies all of a sudden was
driver's
Yeah.
super
inside,
desperate to get back ahead and managed it soon after. So apart from that, there has been an agreement really between these two
I guess
drivers
we should
to
really figure out these pit strategies.
to ride around as they are. Up the hill here now. He's got a good enough exit that time round to stay in front. Say 2 more laps required now, and they'll be absolutely comfortable on fuel. Same
Going
goes
inside.
for the
There's 2.
GTPs, although they're halfway round
Oh,
this
come
lap
on.
already. Henson still in front of Wolf. They're
He's
actually about to lap
he's
Ken
inside,
Eskridge, by
he's
the way.
gone.
The only other challenge
Now you got
at
space.
963s in this race.
whoa,
Understandably,
whoa.
therefore, at the back
It's all right.
of the
It's all
field.
right. You're good.
About to be lapped, so some GTP
Tim
traffic
got away
also
with
for
that
the
one.
overall leaders.
He was able to not slow down.
And this is how it's going to be. It's going to be GTP
This time.
every 10 or 15 minutes, catching up to the back of GT3 traffic.
He got
and
slowed
it's gonna
down
be that
definitely
way
at that corner.
again.
And now he's
once,
gonna get slowed down at the
everybody
bus
decides
stop
to come
by
in
this
and
guy.
pit. And now we got a nice battle for 5th in class, and this is between Ed Eisenring and CP Long, the 20 and the 11.
The track giveth and the
11,
track
I should
taketh
say.
away.
And that's actually a battle for the pro class as well. So I believe if I'm looking right, that's going to be 3rd and 4th right now in that pro category.
Yeah, how to work out where everybody is in each category, isn't it? I mentioned earlier I was going to do some maths on where everybody's supposed to be in terms of points or whatever after,
Oh, you got
after
tons of space.
qualifying.
They're just
and then
entering
facing forward
turn
into the
1
race as
behind
well.
you.
But we'll have to maybe park that
All
for a
eyes
few more
spot.
minutes as well because pit stops are about to mess with that too. Robbie Prescott into the pit lane from the lead and Garbino follows. Pies just been able to go on longer. Now,
the
is that
LMP3s
because he's
are
been
pitting.
saving or anything? Or is that just the way that
Oh
this
no, the
has fallen?
GT3s
But
are pitting.
for
Yeah,
these
yeah,
guys
yeah.
stopping
We're at
here,
80.
They haven't
We're at
made
80.
45
I think the
minutes
GT3s
quite.
were able to
Small
have,
concern early on in this
100
race on
liters.
strategy.
Is what I saw.
Yeah, but the 3s are
It's
in.
going to be quite interesting to see how that
gotcha.
all plays out as you see
I'm just
those
trying to figure
three
out
just
how-
come
what's
right
the best way for
into
us
the
to
pit
go about
ties,
it.
though.
So you're saying if we
what I
do driver
mentioned
swap,
earlier.
they
Both
take
tank
more
it.
time?
May
We'll
have
take it.
a good
Driver
strategy
swap
staying
will
out an extra
take
lap.
more time.
Jones
But
and
if he does a
Eisenring
double and then you
also,
take the rest,
doing their thing to stay out. So
right?
I'm
we'll see
going
how
in
this
this
plays
time.
out as you
One-
see the
yep.
919 of Robert
If
Prescott
he does a
on
double
Jack's
and you
drops
take
down,
the
so
rest,
we'll have
that's one driver swap.
another stint, and
Instead of
Mike
swapping
Patterson
every
also
time you
coming
pit.
into the pits.
Yep, see, he went. Oh, no. Dude, you didn't
Not
stay
an
inside the
insignificant
yellow
number
line,
of
bro.
GT3s in
What?
already.
Let's see.
I did.
4 so
Caught it.
far have only
Okay.
4 have
All right, we're
so
good.
far carried on.
Okay.
Oh, you won't
The
find
others
out until you
have,
exit
been
the pit.
delayed if they are carrying on. At 33 seconds in the bay for Robbie Prescott, so there's the few seconds taken off for the last 20% of the fuel tank, which they're not allowed to use.
Right.
And indeed,
Am I getting
prevented
fuel?
from doing so
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
iRacing,
you get
of
full
course.
fuel.
Okay.
Back out onto the racetrack though.
I mean,
for
is
these,
it- it's
these
an
leaders.
auto
We'll wait
fuel,
and
right?
see Where,
Should be.
for example, Chris Pies is going to be versus
Yeah, it's going
Garbino.
up. It's going
So
up.
far, no driver change from what I can see.
And
It
as far as
is
tires,
within
what
the
are
rules
you
And it
to
doesn't
do
look
now,
like
and
he
that will be the
didn't
only
put
driver
him
swap
up
for the
on
race,
Jack,
but
so he's not
if you want
getting
to split it
tires.
up evenly,
Oh.
then
I don't know.
stopping
I don't know. I don't know
at,
if
or
that's
changing
good
at
to
stop
you.
number 2.
You think 2 stints
is
with no
definitely the
tires
best
is
way
good?
to go.
Damn,
I
It
got
really is, but here's
86
the
in
only
the
driver
back
change
and
actually noted was,
73 in the
last
front.
stop for Joe Sinclair. He got out. Mario Gonzalez got in, and that is the
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the
gold
stint, it's going to fall
as
off. So
Peter Kummer goes around
very
Jones.
careful.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, a lot.
Leon Snyman.
In
So it
about
looks like
15 or
Snyman
20
also
minutes.
hopping in for the Alder Creek number 14 with Tim Taplin tapping out.
Julian Jones able to carry on to lap 27, by the way, in GT3, but pretty much everybody else is in. Chris Pies leading them in, along with Ed
How long was
Eisenring, who
Tim's?
makes
his
his
stop?
stop as well. So, yeah, well, that's quite something for
He took
for
tires.
Jones. Let's see
Oh,
what
he
these
took
guys
tires?
in the front do.
I'm pretty
Henson
sure, yeah.
versus Wolf continues. Do
I don't
they
know, he
now
got
come
out
into
way
pit
before
lane,
us,
maybe?
though.
So they're going to carry on.
Yeah, but he also went in before. Yeah, his car goes up.
They do.
Oh,
So
shit.
47 minutes rather complete, and they're
It doesn't matter.
still going in towards turn 1. Still running nose to tail as well, these guys. Charlie Boyer's into pit lane though, and as I say, this is absolutely in the window for these GTPs, so unsurprising that they're in not long after the GT3s. Prescott comes through and gets out in front. Matt Quinn is going to get into the car ahead of Chris Pies, so Imperial Motorsports making a change there, and they stay in front quite considerably of Jake Garbino actually, with that one extra lap on that light fuel load.
Well, they swapped drivers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out right there. As you see
Yeah, that's
Jeremy
crazy.
Hall and Brad Dunn into the pits, Motorsports White, going for a driver change as well. So Adam Gerling out, Brad Dunn in. That's going to be interesting.
Well, maybe
to
that
see how
maybe the
that
dude that was driving
495
before,
gets on, because we know how quick
Tim Taplin,
Brad
he
Dunn
did his stint
can be.
and he's done.
As David Boyer will stay in.
Maybe.
For
Well, there's
the
only 2 drivers.
93.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that means that
He
this
is
guy's...
on pit
But-
road trying
So
to
the
get
way
everything
the way
sorted.
fair use goes is you have to
Indeed.
do a quarter of a quarter,
Oh.
This is it's not taking too long.
or
There we go.
a quarter of your
41
stint.
seconds, a little
So
bit
either
long.
2 of you, your
But,
stint would be
Boyer
an hour and
back
a
in the
half.
race, and,
So in
driver
order to
change
do
there. Now,
your
Julian
time,
Jones
you would
in
have
pit
to
lane,
do a
27
quarter of
laps
an hour and a half.
on that tank there. That was very nicely
Okay.
done.
Basically 22
last 10.
minutes, 22 and a half minutes, because
Jones gets
half-
up on the
half
jacks,
3
taking
hours
in
is
full
90
tyres as well. No tire
Damn,
restriction in
Leon's
this
not
series,
slow,
by the
though.
way.
That's the problem.
Take as
Whoa.
many as you want, and therefore you can take them
Yeah.
at every
Leon's
single
not a
stop.
slow guy. He's one of the fastest.
Both of these
I think
categories,
he should have been
and
graduated
drivers will
already.
do so.
Not even
if
sure
the
why
Yeah, but-
GT3s are running a little bit less,
Well, I mean-
obviously, than they would normally would with 8% fuel tank.
He hasn't
you
gone
don't want to be
anywhere.
running 2 stints on a set of tyres.
No, but he's on cold
because
tires.
that
For
would
the-
be quite tough by the end
Yeah,
of the stint,
but
especially
he
in these
also
temperatures,
came
to,
out like
to still
20
be running on the same
seconds in
set of
front.
tyres.
and he shouldn't lose this much time.
Exactly. If you can take the tires, go ahead and take it. You know, it's not like IMSA where you have the limit. You can only run a certain amount of tires for the weekend. So,
Like I say, any
smart for
given
PCA to
Sunday,
sit
bro.
there and say, you know what, you guys need these tires.
know,
Get out
today
there
could-
and
today
run
could
them.
not
We'll have
be
a driver
Leon's day.
change as Will Wolf will get out and
Yeah.
we'll see who gets in. Rob
You know,
Neville
he might have got
will be in
blue-balled
the
last
0-1-0.
night. He might have a hangover.
Wolf decides to call time
Today's
on
the day
this
for
section,
whiskey.
and there you see. That's one
Yeah, I
thing
mean-
love about Rob,
And
is he has that
that's the thing,
wonderful
man, is it
plaid,
comes down to
backdrop
the performance
and a
of the
wonderful
driver
in-car
on the
camera
day.
to see his setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Always does the same for the sim racing series as well. He's waiting. They make the driver change quite late. They've already 10 seconds had passed, so I'd worry a little. Oh no, that's fine. It's all been covered by the fuel and so on.
I need a beverage,
Maybe
gentlemen. I'll be
41
back in like
seconds
15
is
minutes.
a little bit on the long side, but Ryan LeMay is comfortably out front. I speculated whether Cat 5 Racing would be ahead of the battling pair for the lead, and indeed he will be. Meantime, back out onto the racetrack for Julian Jones and Matt Quinn, who is getting up to speed here, well, attempting to, is side by side with him 4/3. So Imperial Motorsports had come out in second place, but Matt Quinn trying to get these tyres up to temperature, still can't do it, even with Jones making a later stop. He's still ahead of the Imperial Motorsports car at the moment. So Chris Pies swaps out for Matt Quinn. Suddenly they're off of the podium places here.
Battle here for that third spot, and I'm doing some quick math. If the pit stop goes right for PCA Sim Racing, Ryan LeMay could have a 5-second lead. We've got big problems. The 495 around. I believe that's Peter Coomer is also involved in that. So Dunn and Coomer with an incident there on the backside of the race course.
Oh, we've got a prototype without a front bumper there. I think that's the last 10th Foundry team. Yeah, it is. Rob Neville just out of the pit lane. He's got a meatball flag, and wow, look at that. That is a damaged 963. The pole sitters from this race are well out of contention there. Look at the face of resignation for Rob Neville. We'll have a look at a replay in a moment. PCA Sim Racing meantime come out the pit lane, and as he predicted, 5 seconds. Ryan LeMay leads. It will even grow from there actually for the leader. So Cat 5 Racing GTP now at the front.
What a rough set of circumstances for Neville. Of course, would not be surprised if the last 10th Foundry decides to use their one and only quick repair that they have. We'll find out here. It looks like that they took a tow into the pits. Now the 016 trying to hold off for position. Nice door shut there by Julian Jones as he doesn't let Matt Quinn by in that 453. And that battle rages on for the pro class. That's for second and third in pro as Jake Urbino right now sitting there in the club class, second overall once again. Ken Eskridge decides to finally come into the pits.
Look how much time they're losing to those top two now in this battle in GT3, and look at those who are joining from behind as well. Ed Eisenring and Ziping Wang were not previously involved in a battle for the podium, but now they certainly are. And we saw earlier how aggressive Ed Eisenring was in terms of making up these positions. Well, he's here now into this fight, and the others are going to be fearful because he will not wait for a moment. If he sees an opportunity, he will absolutely try and take it here in this GT3 battle. So watch out here. This is going to be an exciting fight for third.
Oh man, it's absolutely fantastic to see how close Matt Quinn is closing in on Julian Jones. By the way, they did switch at that offset. Let's see what happens with Neville's. I think that was on his own, all on his own, as he just lost it. Cold tires right into the tire barriers, and that was all she rode. Of course, behind him, that's where the real trouble began with that big impact that we saw between Brad Dunn and Peter Coomer. Dunn has not come into the pits, so I don't think that any of that damage has hurt him too much. Let's see what happens with Dunn. Does he lose it on his own? No. So what happened was Coomer lost it a little bit on that exit curbing, and here's the thing: Dunn was there. What was he supposed to do? Disappear? But that just, man, it's just an unfortunate part of racing.
It didn't seem like Dunn was paying enough attention there to what was on his right hand side there, and it's taking a strange time really down the straight. But maybe he would argue he got drove into that corner. But anyway, a bit of a strange one between those two, and a little bit careless. They both could have worked together to avoid that, but there you are. There's no major harm done for Brad Dunn. At least he didn't get any damage in that incident there. Well, the first hour has absolutely flown by here. It's been breathless stuff in the 963s and in the GT3s. 963s now separated out a little bit more after that incident for Rob Neville, who, by the way, we've got a message from our producer, less than 60 seconds on the racetrack before he was in the wall down there at the toe of the boot. That just shows how difficult cold tyres are and how hard it is for fresh drivers to get in and be on the pace immediately. It's so difficult for them.
Yeah, absolutely difficult, and man, just you got to feel bad for Neville. We know how quick that he can be, but yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of talent you have. When those cold tires decide they want to give up the grip, they're going to. Which Neville finally out of the pits, a minute 52 in pit road. Also, last 10th Lovebirds, it's Lisa's turn. So Lisa Eskridge is into that car. She gets the car back from her husband Ken.
Yeah, indeed. They were able to do the longest first stint of anyone in GTP. As he commented, and they're now back to fifth after making that stop, but they're back in the race again. Finishing in GTP. Here is the fight for third again. It's just single filed out a little bit since we saw Eisenring and Wang catch up. These two have got their act together. Julian Jones still back in front of Matt Quinn, and that's a gain on where that last 10th car was brought in from. But Matt Quinn seems content to just sit there for the moment, even though for Imperial Motorsports they are further down than where they were before. That was a little look to the inside though, so the first signs of maybe a fight here as well, and I think Quinn will try and do this. If he feels he's being held up in this fight, then he'll certainly try and make his way past.
Yeah, it's another one of those things where it's like, okay, do you make the move? Here's the thing, if it was maybe 90 minutes later, yeah, we would see a lot more aggressive moves, but look, you're 2 hours 4 minutes left to go in this race. There were a couple of questionable moves that I've seen, like a lot of low percentage moves. Right now, making, I think, any sort of move for position, granted, this is for the GT3 Pro class, it's still a low percentage move either way. See Anthony James sitting there in 10th place with a side-by-side battle between he and Peter Coomer in the 05.
Peter Coomer on the outside for turn 9. Long way around there, and Anthony James just holds him out there through the off-camber left-hander. He's able to stay in front as a result. These guys, by the way, over a minute off of Robbie Prescott, who's leading the race. Just showed you how fast he's going at the moment. So he jumps over the curbs there. Here's Anthony James towards the final turn. Over the start-finish line again. Yeah, holds this position now. Well, just calming down a little bit in GT3 now. Certainly from the time of the huge groups we were seeing at the beginning of the day. Single filing and splitting off into pairs further down the field now. Let's see if there's anything to come here from Itakuma into the bus stop. He's in the slipstream and he's not quite close enough.
Why is Justin
so yeah, it's no longer the big groups of before.
In a
Just
club
small battles like this one, although we're having another look down the inside there.
I think it's the lowest driver.
Chances for battles
Really?
here all around the field.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so plenty of time. I
should've-
think
we
this is
should've-
one of those
Oh,
times
I-
where, you know,
I thought it
this
was
is where
the
you
highest
settle
driver.
into a pace. Of course, now,
Well-
that was a little close there with Kumar
Seems a little-
closing in on Anthony James for position. I'm just going to try and make a little bit
Yeah,
of a move as he
it
comes
is.
squared off that exit of the corner.
little off.
Now they work their way through the soul of the boot. This is the battle for 10th place overall. And it is a battle for the club class, as that's actually, I believe, going to be for second place in club right there. With Jake Urbino, he's just long gone, done and dusted so
then-
far.
so then who is
Urbino's an absolutely
Justin
fantastic
teammates
starting at number 13, RSP Black. That's second place, but that's
Where's
actually
Where'd
an
that
interesting
GTP go?
approach that Kumar has. Oh, these I think he's going to battle for this position here as James drops the wheel off coming on the exit
There it is. I see it.
of turn number 9, and they're going to be side by side.
It was behind me in the last turn, and I came up the hill
Again
and it was
for the
gone.
penultimate turn. Seems like these two are so evenly matched that neither of
Yeah, it's
the,
up front
neither
now.
of them can break
Oh.
away when they're in the lead, but when they're in behind, suddenly they've got a draft and suddenly
Oh,
they've got a
shit.
chance.
Sorry.
To
I got
any
to.
of these overtaking chances, and you have to cut somewhere else in the field, and there's another fight here. Quinn less willing to just sit behind Julian Jones here, and you would be if you're the Imperial
That guy's
Motorsports
a
team
lap
at the moment.
ahead.
After all, they have lost
I
lots
thought it
of
was
time
racing to me.
compared to where they started from at the pit stop phase 15 minutes ago.
But here's the thing, you know, they can always catch up with the driver change and a little bit shorter pit stop, but either way, still plenty of battles left to go for this now in-class battle. Like we said, battle for second place, so it's a matter of who's going to stand on the podium. But the problem is you've got Imperial Motorsports Kingfisher with Ed Isingring sitting back there, laying in wait. You call me interested spectator, because if these two decide to scrap it out just a little bit more, that 2-car battle for the podium is going to quickly turn into a 3, maybe even 4-car battle for the podium, as the other last 10th racing GT3R sits back there, not too far away from Isingring either.
Yeah, although Eisenring has been slipping further back, he isn't far away, absolutely. Here comes Quinn. Does he have a chance to the bus stop this time? He's got a good exit. Looks to the inside, it's a narrow line there. He's got to be careful. And Jones is going to let him have it, or is he? Oh, round the outside for the first part, gets him at the inside for the second, but Quinn switches back again, side to side, into the outer loop. A spectacular attempt by Matt Quinn, but it's unsuccessful in the end. He's flashing the light furiously here. He's heading down the inside into turn 6, and he can't quite get down there. A great fight through the bus stop chicane there. So respectful between the two, but so entertaining as well.
Side-by-side contact as they work their way through the toe, and that's going to be game over for Quinn, as he's going to slide off, lose 2 positions as Isingring and Wang get around him. So Quinn thought he could make that move happen, and ultimately it was Jones just shutting the door on him.
Well, Jones will say that was a bit too late. I'll have a look down the inside and decide for us. We'll have a look at the replay, sorry, and we'll decide for ourselves. Here we go. He is from a long way back, to be fair, Quinn. He dives it in there. To be fair, he does make the corner. I mean, it's sort of... I mean, Jones also gets a bit delayed himself, by the way. He gets slides out sideways a little bit, so this kind of seems a bit 50-50.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing. I agree with that point. But at the same time, you see Quinn right there, he kind of made a late dive pass, and right at the corner, I don't think he was presented enough. So honestly, I would hate to be the race stewards to have to make that call, but either way, I have a feeling that Quinn did not know, I should say that Jones did not know that he was there. So we'll see how the stewards note that. But yeah, Julian, it's going to be quite interesting. But there's your overall leader, Ryan LeMay. He's 29 laps into this stint, and he's already got a commanding 11.4 second lead over Henson.
Oh dear me, what a lively fight that was as Ryan LeMay comes in. Oh, he's spinning and he's hit the wall hard. The race leader, Cat 5 Racing GTP, and Ryan LeMay brings it in, and he's going to be bringing a very broken Porsche 963 into pit lane. Oh my goodness, that front right wheel is absolutely toast. He has hit the wall hard there. There is a fast repair. I don't think he used it in that early stop, because as we said, I think that was a fuel mistake rather than damage. But wow, Ryan LeMay locks it up, trying to slow down for pit lane, and he smacks the wall really hard.
Well, a lot has happened here in this hour. We take a look at the replay here as Cat 5 Racing GTP makes his way into the pits. And really, this is a very tricky pit road, and not sure what happened there. I think he locked the brakes up, and that was all she wrote.
It's the way that Armco is sort of angled as well
right now we are
to allow access vehicles down there just before the hairpin pit lane. Sorry, and it's just the angle there that it's really getting a hard hit. And Kevin Orr gets into that car now.
I mean, P3,
that's from bumper bouncing down the road. Imagine that's Ryan LeMay's.
I'm confused on the rankings though.
This race.
It says Matrix Black.
Before he hands over here, it might well be. Oh dear! Eisenring and Jones now contact through the bus stop chicane. We'll get a replay on that and see what happened there in a moment. But yeah, Ryan LeMay is going to be feeling pretty poor about that. If this is his final lap of the race as a driver, that's it's going to feel a little bit unfair, because he did well other than that final mistake there right at the very end.
Entries.
We've had it all in the past couple of minutes. Past 2 minutes. We've had 3 big incidents here. Let's take a look. Play as you see Eisenring closing in once again. Julian Jones dives to the inside as Jones taking the defensive line, heading into the bus stop to make a little bit of contact there. And I think that's what set off the agricultural experience for Jones right there.
What an end to the first hour that we've had. 65 minutes complete here at Watkins Glen. Before it kicks off again, we'd like to take a moment just to thank Princess Cruises once again, who we're thrilled to have on board as the PCA Sim Racing title sponsor once again in 2026. 17 ships and to 345 destinations on 7 continents. World-class cuisine inspired by the places we visit, and the friendliest crew at sea. Princesses welcome, ready to welcome you on board. And specifically for PCA members, join the Trephan at Sea 2026 Pacific Wine Country Cruise on the Grand Princess, sailing from Vancouver to Los Angeles, September 19th to 25th. Go to the website link on screen, pca.princesspartnerships.com, or call 833-679-2188 to speak to a PCA travel concierge agent. That's 833-679-2188. Fighting continuing here at Watkins Glen. A look to the outside from Ed Eisenring. A little bit cleaner this time round through the bus stop chicane, but the lack of success, from that last move through the bus stop might just be putting him off going full 100% through there. The corners afterwards, though, absolutely he's going to go for it. Down the inside, in towards turn 6 here, side by side between the two, as Jones has to hold off another driver here through the boot section. Eisenring's going to try and shut the door here. Jones won't let him do it, and there's more contact into turn 7. Jones this time going wide, and Eisenring the one who goes off. Eisenring, for me, there was trying to shut the door, and there just wasn't the space to do it.
Well,
who's the broadcaster?
That's going to be interesting to see how that's going to shape up right there.
We can hear the broadcast through. My wife was trying to figure out who that female was.
Here as
that was the broadcaster
coming into the pits. And yeah, that's his. He hit the barrels there, and I think that kind of doesn't help his matters much either. That's not Kevin Orr, I should say. That's Ryan LeMay who had the issue. And here's the icing ring battle once again. You see how they work their way around the bus stop clean, but wasn't so clean just a couple of corners ago as they work their way through the outer loop, still nose to tail. And that's something that we mentioned, that going through the boot, heading down the 6-7 straightaway, it's downhill, so you really got to break yourself a little bit earlier to go through the uphill at turn number 7. And you see icing ring just go deeper, shuts it over the defense. And of course, also you can kind of say that Jones was in the danger zone and could have backed off as well. That's why I'm not a race director. I sit here, call these races,
volume, so
you got to feel bad for the stewards.
on that. I don't know. I need to figure that out.
Oh, that's fine.
Indeed, I think that one's a bit more simple. Personally, I think Ed Icing was trying to shut a door there that was still ajar, and he's got his fingers caught, as it were, trying to shut the door there, and he's dropped down to 6th place. So Quinn's back in front again, although you wonder where the next battle's going to come from in GT3, because now there's gaps for Joe.
Oh, control audio via Streamlabs. Let's try that. Oh, there it is.
Now we've not even got Chad Henson, 5.5 seconds in front of David Boyer. Last time around gained 1.4 seconds. That could be down to, however,
Jesus H. Christ, what has happened here?
racing so close.
You guys are the only ones apparently that haven't hit anybody.
These are good stats. These are good stats. We want these.
What the fuck, dude? I'm downstairs, I'm rolling a joint for my girlfriend, and the fucking leader fucking T-bones the fucking pit entrance, and then
Oh yeah.
Jones and another guy hit somebody, and another guy hit somebody, and
Working his way. Ooh, that could have been close there. I think that was Eskridge who now has put one lap down to the leader. As they work their way around, but yeah, you got to hand it to PCA Sim Racing. This is their first race of the season, by the way, as Cat 5 Racing GTP. If they would have had no other tires like they've had the first 2 races of the season, that pit lane incident could have been not so damaging. But then again, with PCA Sim Racing missing the first 2 rounds of the season, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem.
In terms of points, I think we mentioned it at the start.
Come on, dude. Go.
GT3 Club should try and get a little handle on who's going to be where, qualifying and current race projections as it's standing. Because Jacobino actually in the club class for GT3 has just started to extend a bit of a lead there, really. 9 seconds in front of Julian Jones because of all that fighting for 3rd place. Now looking back on the sort of last hour or so, certainly the last 45 minutes, the pass that Gerbino made on Pies, as it was at the time, to get into 2nd and sit through the pit stop phase, actually get clear of all that fighting, has turned out to be, with hindsight, a very, very good call indeed, because he's been clear of all that stuff in 3rd place and 10 seconds in front of it as well.
You know what this reminds me of, Patrick?
What's up?
When you used to come to the open setups with the too less of fuel.
With David Boyer behind the wheel, imagine these two, so they've run the first couple of sets, they would be into the pits
Yeah, I was like,
time.
what the hell's
And,
going
they would
on?
hand it over
You'd have
to
20
their,
minutes of fuel in an hour race.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Why do I have to pit so early?
Note that last time by was
That was a
5
mess.
seconds separating Henson from Boyer Ewan. Now it's down to 3.5 seconds. Look at the lap time.
This gentleman.
Can't really tell why that happened, but I wonder if Boyer now starting to turn up the wick, knowing it's the end, near the end of the stint, to try and catch up to Henson, see if he can get into that lead before the next set of pit stops.
The stops are still 15 laps or so away.
How that sound, Blue? That sound better?
2nd pit stops of the day. Now, This is the battle that we said was going
Blue.
to be next, and it's Matt Quinn who's caught up to Big Wang here.
Just get on Discord,
It's
bud.
really that Quinn is a lot quicker than Wang
Don't
at the
fuck around.
moment, and actually
Don't fuck around.
I'll even stream the race for you.
Jones as well, although got caught up in that fight with him, so he's now significantly behind. But if Quinn can sort of quickly and efficiently make this pass for fourth place, he can start that
There
chase
you go, buddy.
sooner rather than later. And
You're
he
up
can
in there.
stay away as well from Ed Eisenring
No
as
delay.
well, because they would have had a close fight, I would imagine. There's Eisenring in the background in the blue and black. So a sense of urgency here for Quinn, really, that he needs to make this pass rather soon, but I think he will do. He's certainly favoured to get through here on Wang.
Just going to take a matter of time before Quinn closes in on Wang. He's about 0.2 of a second behind. And Wang kind of has an early entrance through the S's. That's going to hurt him down there going into the bus stop, I have a feeling, as they work their way
These
down
two
towards the
Porsches, a
bottom.
couple in front of you,
See if Wang
are
decides to take
fighting.
defensive line. Indeed, he does.
Oh, the purple and the gold one?
Quinn will go high, wide, and handsome through the bus stop.
Yeah.
There they go. They're going through the bus stop. Something's about to happen.
No, they passed the bus stop, bro. Fast forward.
Overall, Jet Henson working his way through the bus stop, and
Oh no, I'm live on the stream, the broadcast.
I'm live in the race, and they're next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Leaders coming through here. Not ideal for Henson.
The stream's slow.
Yeah, the stream is what, 20 seconds behind or 15
I don't watch the
Through
stream.
on
Okay,
the
Gold
inside,
made it.
try and get both of them. And
Oh my
Gold will try and
goodness.
follow. He's going to try and
Hey,
get
Blue.
behind Henson.
What
Howdy ho.
Oh, very nearly touched
What up,
there
what
by
up?
the two GT3s. Quinn to the inside here, trying to get past Wang, and he's going to get some slipstream help actually from Henson as well, which is nice. Boyer might well try and take them both at the same time. Let's see whether he dives them on the way towards this corner. No, he's going to stay behind, and that will help Matt Quinn get down the inside, and Imperial Motorsports
What?
into fourth position.
I'm confused. I see Justin. He's colored black. He's a pro driver. I'm sorry, he's colored red. He's a pro driver.
Yeah, but he must be with a challenge.
But I was looking at like the chart, and even the people that were like with pro and then
oh, that's some contact between
pro and like a lesser, it would bump them up to pro. Okay.
Oh, Matt Siddall is a pro, so they're both pro rank.
Yeah, it's weird though. Do you see the color scheme?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like I didn't know what was going on, but I mean, it's not my job to figure out.
And Quinn just had to get out of that at the end, and there was a small touch,
Intuitive.
but they get away with it. Quinn's run might be affected though.
Dumb question, but the live stream is your race.
Oh, they're
right?
right behind you.
Live stream
Yeah.
is my race. It's just
okay.
right now Dave's in it.
Oh, okay.
Dave's in the meat and potatoes
Like
of
the one that you have up, the one that you're watching, basically.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
broadcast of
Yeah.
Try and get
the race that
Quinn here and chase him down for fourth place as well.
Who's Justin?
Yeah. He just passed me.
Classic Justin.
Classic Justin.
Justin fashion.
And kind of play defense on Ed
Swooping on by.
He'll pass anything.
Just scoot.
Yeah. He was like in the bus stop with me. I was like, come on. You know the rules. Give me a break.
I mean, he make it.
You have Matt Quinn kind of opening up that gap. Although, however, he is about 7 seconds
All right.
behind the next closest pro competitor that he can pass in Julian Jones. So, a lot of things here that are in play as we near the halfway point of this race. I can't believe we're near the halfway point of this race, but there's been so much going on that it's so surprised this race is just flying by.
It's felt like a sprint race, really. I suppose to a degree, endurance races are longer than 3 hours these days. It's a bit of a sprint these days, 3 hours, but anyway, it's been really entertaining. Still an hour 45 to go here tonight. Up the hill for these GT3 leaders. Top 5 drivers they all are. Number 1. Here comes Ed Eisenring. Wang shaping to the inside here to try and hold on to this position. And how about this for a fight into the bus stop? Side by side behind. Eisenring round the outside is going to have to back out there. And sensibly as well, though Wang's a little bit wide. Now Eisenring going to dive to the inside of the outer loop. Shuts the door, does Wang in his face. And that means that he's able to stay in front again. And it means also that Matt Quinn is now clear of the group. So Eisenring hasn't been able to get through quickly enough to go with Matt Quinn quite as he wanted to.
That's great news for Quinn because now he has the sights set on Jones.
He's gone.
He's closing it ever so slightly, but not enough to make a real difference on the track as these two are just battling tooth and nail. Wang and Eisenring. Eisenring now has his eyes set on that turn 8 complex.
Yeah, Wang ain't letting anybody by.
Still nose to tail. They have to wait till turn 1 to make something happen unless he tries something.
Classic Wang.
Turn 11. Again,
Classic fucking Wang, bro.
Eisenring's been trying as he pokes that nose to the inside, going
No choice there.
Number 9. Still nose to tail. They work their way around, of course. With these being spec cars,
You lose.
still are open setups, so Eisenring might have a car that's better set up for the later runs, whereas, you know, you see Wang in the last 10th racing stable have a run that's good for everybody else. Here comes Eisenring to the inside. They're side by side as Wang gets a bad exit off of turn number 11 and give Eisenring that new position as he closes in to see if he can catch up again to that win.
Top 5 again. Eisenring up to 5th position, courtesy of that mistake from Sigmund Wang on that occasion, and those positions are going to be reversed and should remain.
What you have going on, Chaz?
A little while here.
I'm just playing F125.
Down the inside firing.
Okay, rich guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Just about lets him in.
Okay, and I'm gonna buy
All
the
way
same
through
game
the stop. Further down in the field,
over and
still
over and
Roddy going on.
over.
Mario Gonzalez actually just
Nah.
takes Anthony James and Jeremy Hall.
Dude, you play
I don't
iRacing.
have
What
to,
are you
man.
talking about?
No, but it's the same game re-released every year is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These guys
Yeah.
on the road.
Well, you saw Tron, right?
James and Hall.
Not the new one.
But
Themselves. They both
the
Is it
middle
out?
one.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was fucking pretty.
The new one, though?
Is it good?
Yeah. It was. It
Aries?
was pretty good, dude. Yeah.
No spoilers.
So in the second one,
So
right?
Jared
The
Leto's
second
like
one.
super dead.
You saw the second one.
He like super dies.
He's
Just
super
like
dies.
Little. So in the second one,
Seems like once the closer we get to pit stops or somewhere around there, that's when things
Lost
start
my
to
shit.
get a little froggy, to say the least. So we'll see how this all plays out as you see Eisenring now opening up a bigger gap.
Yeah, the third one
to,
wasn't too bad.
Wang, and tries to he's about 1.8 seconds.
Then again, I remember
behind
going
Matt
as a
Quinn,
kid to see the
but
first
definitely
one.
having to deal
Oh,
with,
God.
Back when it was- it looked awesome, you know.
Oh, yeah, when it was all just very fuzzy black
Not
lights
sure if,
or something.
Quinn
It looked
is
like
just
UV
holding out
lights.
to kinda get a good
It was
draft
rotoscope.
on what's going on, but
What was that?
news for Eisenring is he's
This
trying
must
to-
be an old technology, old tech.
Yeah, yeah. So it's same thing that they did with like heavy metal, you know. It's like you know that AHA video, "Take on Me." That's rotoscope.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
See, so it's that kind of like artistic, like style where it looks like it's filmed, right?
Flash of the lights, a furious flash of the lights from Quinn. It seems to have worked.
Yeah.
It wasn't Quinn earlier, it was
So that's how
the
that's how they
lights
did that.
Jones he was trying to get past it. It was.
And yeah, you know,
Lights
black
on
light.
the button there, try and move people out of the way. On that occasion, it worked because those two are not on the
But
same
basically,
lap.
what you do is you like
As an intimidator
turn it into a black and white, and then you fucking trace out all the dark and make it darker in the film, and then you put it back together again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like we said,
Starting to
it's
make
maybe
sense.
a
How you feeling, Dave?
single class, but at the same time, with the
All right, just letting Lisa by.
It could be absolutely anything. As now Eisenring makes quick work.
Trying to.
Of Leon Snyman.
Oh, wow, Lisa's got that livery too?
So 26 laps for sure.
Yeah, Lisa and
It's
Ken are
Ken.
driving together.
Oh, okay.
Like
Like everybody's getting
Love bird.
A couple of incidents, but makes his way.
I think the livery says 9/10 is coaching me or something like that, or being coached by.
Yeah, you pay for their coaching, and they'll pay for your not iRacing, but I think your race spot thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Sounds like a
You
win-win.
basically-
Sounds like a
Yeah.
break-even
Exactly.
situation. I like it, but with some education.
Yeah, so it's what, $300 to them, and you're in the
Wow.
league for the year.
And then you're one of the cool kids.
Yeah.
You fucking get coached. Is that who's that? Nikki
Then you
Chan?
have to listen to them coaching you. Listen to them coaching you.
There's another. That's a whole nother element. Can't teach this old dog new tricks.
Sherburne. If I'm Chris Sherburne, I'm running probably a 40, 45
Yeah, that's my
minute
problem.
stint, and that
I'm never
should
getting
give
rid of
me
this steno
the
stab.
final
Or the
stop
steno
to
stab.
end.
I love to stab that throttle in the corners.
You know, there's a double
Fucking
stint
Kaden
there.
hates it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I like to hit the brakes in the corners. Fucking Risky hates it. I like to stab the throttle too, but I think that's a Senna thing. I've been doing that for 30 fucking years, you know.
Three stop is
Yeah.
going to be the way to go. As Anthony James comes in.
Who's this light coming from? Oh, it's this backlight behind me. I need to get an enclosure.
So Motorsports, you will have to hand it off to
I thought you had one.
I do. I took the roof off and I got a lot going on. It's so congested in this living room because of that roof. It suffocates this area.
Bro, get a tent, get a ground cloth for a tent, right? And then you just string that motherfucker out. It weighs practically nothing, and then you could just like fucking roll it the fuck up. You know?
Yeah.
Make it all go away.
I know what's going on. I know how I can eliminate this. It's just stupid. Like those windows in the ceiling, like those, I don't know what they're called. They're fucking
Skylight?
Sunroof?
That's like a window something. Let's call it. I don't know. All I know is it's light, a light, sunlight. No, sunlight. I don't know what it's called. Never mind.
Sunroof. No. Skylight.
Skylight. There you go.
Skylight.
Yeah. It's got my dogs so confused. I just
Is it a
learned
dome?
why. Yeah, but I hate natural light. Like if I could black it out with like some spray paint, I would, without ruining the value of my home. I'd spray paint all the black. I'd black out all
again,
the
same thing, man. Get on a fucking ladder and throw a fucking little square of cloth up there.
Yeah, my girlfriend will throw a fit.
You get black
So
out
you
there.
make it translucent, so it lets light in, but it diffuses it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you throw like so what you can do, since you live in a place where there's actually people, you could probably get some nice stained glass put up in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would take care of your need, and it would be something, you know, that like you're getting for her. Look what I got.
Super classy.
I thought it would make the living room. See, that's what I told OP the same thing. I'm like, OP, so what you're saying is that you want to install a fucking Ethernet cable from the house to your fucking pool house, which is your fucking man cave.
Yeah.
So what you do is you tell your wife, wouldn't it be nice if we lined this walkway with flowers?
That was actually.
That way you get to pick up that whole walkway, put down a conduit, lay a fucking cord, and then she's happy you did it.
For her.
Yeah,
You know
for
what?
her. Exactly.
I'm coming to you with all my relationship advice.
Oh, listen, happy house, happy spouse, happy house, man.
Oh yeah.
Everybody gets something. I ain't been with the same girl since 1996 for nothing.
Longer than I've been alive. Oh, what track am I at?
Magello.
Adelaide, same colors.
They don't have it in this game. I actually forgot the track we're at.
Where am I?
That's like a normal occurrence for me.
Where am I? What track is this?
That fucking.
Is it Japan?
That advice was just too good.
Bahrain? I can't remember. What track is this? Oh, it's Silverstone.
You know how lost I am? I go as far as making the wrong thumbnail for my own videos. And I spend
Dude,
time on them too.
do the overcut
I'm like,
here, but
Mr. GT was doing that for a while too, man. Like,
really have to turn up
fucking
the
dude, you're at Olton Park, man. That, you know. How come I don't know this track? Because
I go, I thought I'm at Mid Ohio. He's like, you're not at Mid Ohio, by the way.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
at
you're
Magellan.
not.
I was like, huh? You don't say.
Nothing but clear skies all the way ahead of
No
them.
wonder I'm jet lagged.
Their way around into turn 9 now, to turn number 10.
I was very confused on the
It's going to take a
situation.
miracle, I think, at this point for Boyer to hope.
Thought I was in Ohio. I was in Italy.
To Henson, but that's
What the
also
fuck?
an out-of-class battle for the GTP.
Cappuccino espresso, please. Garçon. Oh, no,
Garçon
Garçon. I wouldn't want
and
with it.
Kieran Racing Blau in the club series.
It's the last 10 found team.
BRB.
2 out of 2 so far this season. 3 out of 3. Looks like they're going to achieve that as things stand. Flashing the lights from Henson here. Have to stay behind the 010 coming in. Oh, is this the Birds car actually? Just in front of them. About to go a third lap down here. The 012, and look at the time loss here. 2 seconds just through the bus stop chicane there. Trying to get past that 963. That was quite some time lost. But again, the traffic ebbs and flows throughout the day. Henson, we have a meatball actually for Lisa Eskridge.
Oh, Justin's catching up to the guy in front.
By the way. So maybe that's the reason why the 012 is going so slowly. But I'll admit, I didn't see anything on that car that looked like it was showing any signs that it was had any damage, never mind a meatball.
No, that looked like a very safe car, but there might be something internally wrong with that 012. We'll see what happens when they come in. By the way, that lead that Chad Henson had now cut in half, essentially, with having
Oh,
to
Lisa blew it.
2.8 seconds.
Last 10 Lovebirds
from
going into the
Boyer
pits.
as we march ever so closer to driver changes here in this pit stop as we approach the halfway point. So could be interesting to see how Boyer slices and dices his way through traffic. Because Henson, normally he's pretty good around the GT3s, but it's that one hiccup with Eskridge that cost him so much time. In fact, you take a look at the sector times. It was a 41.7 for Henson, 39.1 for Boyer. As you see, this Eskridge movements.
I got 3 laps, Pat.
He's playing with himself. Oh, he fucking went and got his truck. Shit. Fucking Jesus Christ, dude.
Maybe he knows.
I hope. Oh, well, fucking, he's got 6 fucking minutes
We're nearly halfway
to
through
figure it out.
now, and that means it's going to be pit stop window open.
Well, I have to go in. I'll start the tires and the refuel.
And Robbie Prescott is able to
That
go
might give him
to the
another
lap that
30
he needs to get
seconds.
to. So he's able to go a lap longer.
We're not talking about he went to the
Jake
bathroom.
Garbino not able to, and has to go to pit lane. World class
He went
leader
down the street to
still
get
with
his
some
truck,
seconds to do
apparently.
before this race is finished.
Yeah, Garbino,
My man.
to do a driver change here and see who gets in.
Well, all he has to do is 45 minutes of racing, so
Is Garbino on
Yep.
the jacks, waiting for the car to disappear, and indeed now it does. So Garbino is out and into that car. Chris Rolls up. So Rolls up, he's really quick around here. So we'll see what he can do to try and get that car further up into the.
Now I know which one's whiskey and which one's wheels.
Strolls off though in a very good position.
Absolutely. I've just done the
I hope
lap
he
by
can
the
hear us right
championship
now. I hope his
last week
Bluetooth is
with
just
their
catching every other
pole
word.
and, Conroy Racing
Let's see if he's running in.
in that qualifying session there. They have the gap now down at 12 points into this race. Either of them finish in the top 5, it's whoever finishes ahead of the other, considering there's about 5 in the race, I think, of the club class today. I think will be whoever finishes ahead of the other in that sort of situation. Out of the pit lane there for Nicky Chan as well. He's in the last 10th racing car as Greg Strelzoff already makes his way
Oh,
out.
here he is. Patrick!
Also does the same. Jeremy Hall
Patrick!
passes them out of the race.
Patrick!
Some teams
Patrick!
Patrick!
as they take their driver's shot for the day. Robbie Prescott brings that Salt Pepper's Racing car in for a very healthy lead. That has
I'm
Rockwell
walking.
in his stick.
I see this motherfucker walk. Patrick!
Absolutely fantastic, and of course, Julian Jones
Standing
Here,
fucking shit
here.
in.
cut here as it was 26 laps stint.
I heard y'all talking, but I couldn't find my headset. I forgot it was dying, so I plugged it in.
The roster is so
I had to
Well,
go
you
fetch
better
my
get it
truck.
ready.
What's going on? You ready for pits?
Yeah.
All
He's like, Patrick, I'm pitting in 3 laps. I'm like, he just went down the block to get his truck. Typical Patrick.
Got it.
Absolutely. That's a strong team.
Oh, I gotta figure out my
I'd
life.
even put Mendonca as the stronger of the two, but Prescott did.
I had like made up this like to-do list. I was like, oh, since I'm out here in the garage, let me go take these measurements on these bottles that I need to try to fit in my truck.
From this position.
And I was like, you know
Don't
what?
just do that while we're racing. And you know what? While I'm in the truck, I'm gonna go detail it.
I was like, it's,
Yeah.
I might
needs
as
a
well.
wash.
Yeah.
Fifth place in the points of the club class. They're making their second appearance of the season after missing out at Daytona. Surely they'll be very soon into the pit lane, but it's fine. They're able to at least go on for one more.
Alrighty.
Not what you want to see though for Cham when you're
Well,
to yourself
hope
up to
I don't
speed and
fumble
your tyres
this.
up to temperature as well, and he's going to be passed or at least
You got
challenged.
this, bro.
How are we doing?
It's not
So
what
they're
you want.
at a
You're coming out to a
P11.
fresh stint.
What happened to us?
We're way in the back, bro.
What happened?
Knowing what I know, I would just let Jeremy Hall go out there.
They're fast.
Everybody's pitted. Yep. And they're not getting lap traffic.
They drive really fast. God damn it.
Oh Lord! But how did we were just behind them? How'd they get up to? How'd they get up? Oh no, we're only 4 positions. I was reading it wrong. I thought we were. I'm looking at the. Okay. I see.
Either way, it's not real good.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. Somebody's gonna crash out. So do you think Tim's gonna jump back in, or do you think Leon's gonna finish the race? Damn, they probably did it backwards, huh? I think Leon's gonna go all the way through. No, Leon's in the pit right now. Okay.
Yeah, Tim's getting in the car now.
Oh, okay.
It says Tim's in the pits. When I passed through.
So Chris Pye back into the Imperial
Gotcha.
Oh, shit.
Jonathan Waltman gets into the
God.
Imperial
Yeah.
car. So
It's okay.
He made me miss the pit.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Oh, we don't have any fuel.
No.
Oh my God! Fuck!
Fuck! 3 seconds shorter.
Fuck!
Make their way down the pit lane side by side.
Oh, God.
And he just gets out first.
Come on.
How do I get in this bad boy?
I thought we were going to see more team.
All right, you got to wait till it's towed in 3 minutes.
Up to temperature faster between
Fuck.
the two of them and Jeremy Hall.
Well, that did us
Oh,
in.
dude.
So that'll be
Bad.
he's going to have to head off to
You
a new
pulled a
driver
fucking
here
me.
in just a
That's
little
what
bit,
we
but
did.
Lucas
Me and
out
Gizby.
of the pits and already racing. It's a team man.
Oh, dude. I was going for the pit, so he just said, hey, there's the last gallon. I'm like, okay, going in.
To the bus stop, and Pies thinks better of it, gets off the brakes just a little bit later, and lets Waltman get out front.
And I look down and it says, hey, you got
through the outer loop, but,
half a gallon.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have a little bit of spicier race coming through the bus stop for those.
It's all right. We'll fix this.
Yes.
Battling with the tyres there, it looked like coming through the bus stop chicane. And they get out the other side okay.
Ah.
But, yeah,
Well, that's a lap,
that was difficult
if not
stuff.
2.
Waltman, though, I think based on previous form in these,
Yeah, probably close
these
to
races
2.
we see in the PCA series, I'd fancy Pies to get past him at some point. And as we've seen already, these two teams are more than willing to swap
My bad.
around if it
It's all good.
benefits the team as a whole.
I shouldn't have asked you that damn
That was
question.
perfect.
They've got to
That
think
was
about this
totally in
because
character.
I'd say Pies maybe be the quicker driver, and they've got a lot of catching to do. I mean,
You guys are living
fair
up
way
to the
go in
stigma.
this race, but took more, over 12 seconds to get to Greg Strelzoff.
Alright.
It's not going to be easy to do. So whoever it's going to be, whoever the leading Imperial car is going to be, has to be the leader very soon and get on with this chase, because very soon that 12 seconds is going to feel very difficult to catch with the amount of time remaining.
So I'm looking down my list of drivers we have not seen in the car. Teams have not switched drivers. And I take a look at Whiskey Wheels in the 981. I'm wondering what happened there, because it looks like they had to take a tow into the pits.
We made
Dave Jones
the broadcast
behind the wheel. Might be an issue with the 981 here. Hopefully we can find a replay, but
they were looking for the replay on what happened.
They're like,
Chad
was it Whiskey or Wheels?
who have yet to pit as we go side by side for position here, and Waltman not letting Chris Pies through, so Pies going to try and see what he can do as Julian Jones.
I didn't know
that's
that
the
they
one
were
we're
going to say the
watching.
and for the and sign. I would have wrote out
1-2
and.
GTP, they still have to take their second pit stop in the race.
Yes.
All right. I'll be in the pits in 3 seconds.
Boy's got a black flag.
All right, it's you. Can you get in?
Do I have fuel? Yeah. All right, we're adding fuel. I'm assuming I'm taking tires. Where are my tires?
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
replacing
taking
them all.
tires.
Down the pit lane entirely. Now, even if you did the pit
You adding the tires?
It says applies to next stop. What the fuck?
So I'm not sure what's gone on there, but he's got a black
You're all
flag to his
right.
name anyway.
Am I?
23 seconds is now the gap.
I think
as
so.
opposed
What's
to about 5.
the tire?
And yeah, something has gone very, very wrong.
You'll find out when you get out, I guess.
Time for the 981 you were talking about there with Kieran.
Yeah,
How much left on the tires?
Apparently. So that's why they've had
Oh, we're going up. We're going up. We're good.
And it's taken
Yeah, you're going up.
time to
Yeah,
get back
we're
going
good.
again in what would be the last running car.
Just had to do the driver swap
This
first.
is a bigger mystery for Kynarm Racing, because
All right.
I don't see any reasonable explanation at the
I'm
moment.
gonna take it easy
from
the first lap,
timing
get
screen that
used to
I'm
this
looking at that
wonky
would
car.
show us a reason why
Wonky
this is
setup.
happening, and it's clearly falling apart.
It's a
There's
little
David Boy
loose.
running
Wonky
wide
driver.
there down the bottom of the hill at turn 7.
What?
Turn 8 rather.
You got your beer or your whiskey with you?
Nah, I kept it. Oh, I should have grabbed a beer. I fucked up.
So on our timing screen, we have the full-time.
It's all right.
Too busy measuring shit in the garage.
2.4 seconds. Normally we see those short times in the flash. I don't think Boyer's pitting. Here's the.
All right, remember, go easy. Full tires. Full tires.
Tired.
Oh, no, he spins. Boyer with the spin. And he decides to go out, so he's probably
Oh shit.
Who crashed out?
Trying to get in here, but he's in the
Me
wrong
too.
angle.
Like GTP just bended.
Oh no. It's exactly what Ryan LeMay did earlier, only he spins to the left rather than the right. And to be honest, it's a very good job. He's got enough fuel to go around again, isn't it? Because otherwise he would have had to tow back to pit lane. So he's had to drive around slowly, but that might be the race. That might be the race deciding moment there. It's so easy when you're trying to slow these cars down to such speed, because pit road speed here is slower than you're going at any other point at Watkins Glen. It's one of those circuits that's sort of medium to high speed, and therefore slowing down to the pit lane is the slowest speed thing that you do. And that's not the case.
Horrible already.
All right, you'll space in front and behind.
Slow down to a slow speed.
I mean, basically, nobody can pass you for position, so it's all gravy.
part of the racing line. On that final
It's nothing but up from here.
Exactly. All we gotta do is wait for all these guys to beat each other up, which is just about to probably happen.
I don't like that they give you a fast repair. I don't like that.
The fast repair should cost you time.
Already on the back of Jonathan Waltman, who's barely getting himself up to speed here before he's under pressure for fifth. Chat down the inside, steaming down the inside. Let's take racing back into the top 5, and it's the Oakwood Watkins. And that's at the expense of Jonathan Waltman here. It's been a battle that had been coming. Chat didn't waste any time getting it done.
Can.
Come on behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to lift a little bit, go a little slow, be a little predictable.
Yeah.
Went a little wide there so he could slide by.
You see the car sliding, bouncing downward through the bus stop. Definitely see this unit.
Tires still feel a little slippery.
All right, I'm gonna go see if my girl wants to smoke this joint. I'll be back.
Suspension and everything is interacting through there, bouncing over the curves or whatever. It's a great watch. Time to unblock the thing to turn that right flag, by the way. So, just to try and
Damn it. Lost a lot of momentum there.
this is going to be so costly. Oh, no, just
There as well.
really get them. The other thing later, oh no, he stopped for 2 seconds. That wasn't the penalty. That has not done it. They've still not served this penalty. They're unsure as to what the penalty actually is here. I wonder if it is just a drive. They not actually served the penalty that time round. It's gone too long. They're going to get disqualified if they're not careful.
46s, come on.
Staying on board for 2026. 2026, of course, Series 16. End of the year, American Sim Racing. Starting with the first pro race of the new season. Thursday, August 26th, at the end of the summer. Final finale of the Challenge Series. And the 8th of their championship on Thursday evening at 17th of December. So it's going to be a great to get to when the regular series back underway to on Wednesday, Thursday night. Sim Racing Series in midweek. All one class, of course, in the
Didn't have it on live. My bad.
You didn't have it on what?
I didn't have it on live. I didn't know they were right behind me.
Oh.
Revelation in the Sim Racing Series earlier this year in 2026. The challenge to Bryce Rodriguez in the Pro Class. Quite a weapon to use at the very end of this race. The last hour and a half or so was on the driven by Duncan. It's only extending that lead now. 37 seconds they hold over the rest of the field on their way. And it looks like to the second race victory of the season.
That's the point in time where we kind of has that feeling to it with them and downhill a little bit no surprise of Donka just setting fast lap after fast lap. But also, here's the thing, Bryce is a club racer. Now, why Bryce in a pro class? Well, the reason for that is his teammate is a pro driver. So, Anthony Jones, who's a PCA spots up before.
Well, the good thing is we don't have a driver swap, so all you have to do is refuel. That should make up for a lap.
Back in GT3, we are about to see that fight between Stroll on the ice. It might happen.
A driver swap? Is it like a lap down?
Well, we don't have to, but all you have to do is go get fuel.
I think it's on autofill too, so it shouldn't overfill me. Just get me to the end of the race.
Yep. Assuming you go to the pits.
Gotta turn that fan on. It's getting hot in this seat. Dropped in the third.
They'll pass. Just go.
So that's something to think about as well. Keep an eye on him at the course when we do the 10 and the 7. He's a very weird driver, so I'm not be surprised to see him where these prototypes are. You see that sit down, making that one more lap down in the number 13. So
The cool thing about being in the league is they know that they have to pass you offline.
Yeah, like in the world of iRacing, you're an idiot for not getting out of the way. I'm gonna report you. All that good stuff.
How we doing?
We're still alive.
Working on it?
Working on it.
Yep. We don't need any repairs.
That's good.
Start in the right direction.
Yep. Now, we may not have fuel to get to the pit to get the repairs.
That's a puzzling conundrum.
Isby did the same fucking thing. Me and him were watching fucking the race in front of us so intently that we forgot to pit. Yeah.
So, when you guys race, are you weeds and wheels?
We're definitely me and Gisby are fucking weeds and wheels.
Wings and wheels.
Without a doubt.
Reed?
He's a fucking he's as much of a stoner as I am.
There you go.
Well, not really, because he lives in England and it's not really. I mean, he's as much of a stoner as he can be living where he lives, you know what I mean? This place, I mean, Jesus Christ, well. Like,
Oh, there's contact between the teammates. Oh, one of them's in the wall. Oh, Cham's in the wall.
oh, they binned it. They binned it. They binned it. They binned it. That's fifth.
That's unbelievable. The two teammates
Two
making
last times.
contact through turn 2, and there'll be big damage on that.
Oh, I think that's Justin St. John passing them. Oh, dude, they did it because of a G. Oh my God. The fucking GTP hit the GT3. Binned it.
The teammates, right?
Yeah, but GTP, GT3.
Are these 147s decent? Like, are they okay?
Yeah, the pace you've been running, they've been doing 145, so I mean, you're you know,
I gotta pick it up.
but that's no, but they're pros, dude. The pros are doing 145, and then the next class is doing 146s, and then here you are 147. That's just class racing, bro.
I'm gonna let Mendoza through.
Make them work for it.
Yeah, I was like, he's kind of way back there. He's flashing his lights, but I mean, a little
Just
back
wanted
there.
to let you know he's there.
I see him.
He's coming.
There you go.
He's coming.
Come on. Fuck, I'm still gonna let him
Scared.
through.
He's scared.
I'm gonna go wide.
He's scared.
There you go. So I lifted for him a lot.
Oh my god, why am I in 7th gear? What the fuck?
Oh, you just wanted to see it existed?
Sure.
Oh, we call that Hollywood gear.
There we go.
Got another one behind. Fast mover. Going inside.
literally made me feel like I was in the 146s and they took it right away. I don't know what happened.
I was a 147 too. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's soft, I understand.
Remember, that's not a setup car. That's just what we did quality with more fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah. You didn't even know what you were getting into when you got into it. So. Inside, you're good. These guys are fighting again.
So you're faster without any beer and liquor.
What a surprise.
Who would thunk it?
Yeah, but that's only because he has to pick up the beer and the liquor. If he had a drinking straw, he'd be just as fast.
Or like a button. I need that button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't want to have to change the team name.
Fucking speed sober.
Ian's coming up.
I see him. Oh, he fell behind. I see that.
Back off.
Hopefully. It's smarter to do it here. There's a lot more openings.
1 hour to go. 3 hours here at Watkins Glen in 2026.
He'll pass you on the front.
Yeah.
Yep.
Safest thing to do.
Hope he actually did today.
So what is it on turn 1? If you get off that colored strip, that's beyond track limits, or is there a little more to that?
I see people going wide there all the time. I'm pretty sure you can go wider than the color. But if you keep 2 wheels on it, then you're good. Definitely.
What the fuck? In an F1 multiplayer race, and there's a safety car. I got it on cinematic mode, and it made me catch all the way up before going to cinematic mode.
Going for it.
You got it.
Nothing good.
Oh, there you go.
Stay in my fight. Sinclair's a pro driver, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm 9th?
guy behind and the guy in front are in position for each other.
Oh, I see.
He's probably going to draft off you.
He's a little far back, at least for this go round. He'll catch up though when it turns.
He's only half second, 3/4 of a second faster than your lap, so it's not that much of it. He's not incredibly fast.
I just like to be able to see the bumper of a pro driver in front of me, and I'll take it. Like if I could just stay within his vicinity.
Good watch though.
Alright, he's looking.
I see it.
Oh my goodness.
Just giving you a look, letting you know he's there.
Yeah. You know, he wants to make a move, but it'd be better if he did it. If he could get this draft off me. Take this draft off me, probably be in better shape. Now he's gonna get it. That's
Alright, he's going. Yeah.
I'll even lift for him so he can get it better. There you go. Drive off him. I'm gonna lift. That's right. Take advantage. I'm not gonna fight over it. I need him in this spot.
No.
You got to worry about, and you got to worry about pit stops as well.
Nobody's near you, so you're good. How's your fuel?
9 laps. Estimated 9 laps, and that's 28 liters. So I'll run it to about what, 77.
Yeah, right.
I think
Until it's empty.
yeah.
You're not, no
I don't have
strategy
crew
here.
chief though.
What do you mean?
Like crew chief isn't going on for me. I don't know why.
Oh, maybe he clicked in the start spotting. Are you spotting, Dave?
No, I'm not spotting. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Crew chief isn't working.
You have to be able to click on edit setup to do crew chief when you're in the car.
Oh, then he didn't do it when he jumped in the car. Because I had to edit to put the fuel in.
Did you click off edit? Oh, it says that you disconnected. So,
Yeah, I jumped off.
oh no, you
and,
jumped back. All right.
Yeah, it won't let me while he's in the car.
That's all good. I'll try to restart it when I'm if I'm in pits. I remember. Bless you. Thanks.
This thing's a joke, but it's not.
Trying to defend the position here, as opposed to just letting everybody through, which is really what you've been doing so far. It's Waltman again, down the hill there, nice run coming towards the hairpin. It's a big dive, and that's where there's worry for Strelzov. That's where the idea of letting him just go is maybe the better one, because there was an 8 dive through turn 7 there, there was contact, it would have Strelzov set off to the outside and maybe even into the wall.
Yeah, you got one coming up behind. He's fast. Shit. Yeah, you see ya.
Zooming. Scoot.
He ain't playing. Touch, little touch.
I probably need to update crew chief. That was the issues I was having earlier this week because it wasn't even working at all.
Oh, you mean the program could?
Yeah.
Fuck that thing. I don't even use that motherfucker no more. It doesn't tell me anything that the one in the game doesn't tell you.
Trying to use minimal bandwidth.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm. That's what. Basically, that's what where I went. You know, is like I shut down. I don't use any race labs or none of that. All of it, all iRacing, all from iRacing. They've got basically everything that you can get through race labs or iOverlay or anything like that already. Now they even have track maps. Christ's sake. My CPU and my memory down. Get him, OP. Get him.
Still go for one more, but let's see here. He's right there now as well. Remarkable damage to that incident earlier. It's Nicky Chan. Remarkable really. After the contact that he had through turn 14 after his teammate blew off him. By the way, he's on the back of Kevin Moore. Drive through took him behind Moore. He's onto the back of him, and they're coming through this battle.
Oh, so these guys probably put it for the last time.
Well, if they just pitted, there's still 47 minutes left. 45.
This is a thick bit of traffic. Oh, he has to back out there. Wolf was trying to get down the inside of Strauss. You can see how nervous he is about getting involved in another lap traffic incident like that one, with the way that he just locked it all up there to avoid an incident.
Hope he's in fifth.
Nice.
Battling, they're gonna come right through OP right now. Holy shit, I wouldn't want to meet any of them motherfuckers right now. Jesus Christ.
We've now hit the 45 minutes, and now I think the pit window would really be open for those in the GT3 class, and then if Strauss off, it would be a good idea right now. These GTPs have been in the window for a couple of months longer as they go a bit longer on fuel. So it's something they'll be into this team if they want to. Into the pit lane in the background, it looked like Siddle.
You gonna let this guy by on the straight?
Yes, Matthew Siddle into pit lane for the final time today.
Kind of. So he's a little bit closer. After this turn, I'm sure he'll gain on me. I'm pretty far above this.
Come on, hold him up, hold him up, hold him up, hold him up, hold him up.
This guy?
No, no, no.
Oh.
Look at OP. Look at him at the battle for OP. He
Took him behind him.
and he's still in 5th though. Fiddle went into the pits and did his last pit stop. Now they're pitting. Oh, he touched the wall, but he's passing him. Here we go.
How long is this stop going to be for Jan in relation to Greg Strolzoff as well? Strolzoff just about getting past him, and that's going to be a source of frustration for Jan. He's not been able to do it in the pit phase, but wouldn't have expected to 100%. There goes Siddle. Is that him on the outside here? But still running around with Siddle. Time to Siddle here. Been fighting the distance. He's gone past. Siddle's gone past them both. Siddle is up to 5th place as it is right now, but that might well be as high as 2nd or 3rd when this all shakes out here. These two have gone on one lap longer and been undercut by Matt Siddle. Here comes the next 10 car, Mickey Chan to the outside of the bus stop on cold tyres. Unbelievable fighting between these two. Cold tyres, bus stops again. Chan trying to go around the outside.
Oh, dude, are they gonna bin each other? Whoa!
Oh shit.
Nothing to lose. pits.
How's OB?
He's in fifth. I'm hoping that he gets up there by the time he's getting out of the pits. Oh no, he's too far away. Walton. Okay, he's coming out of the pits now. OP's going into the last turn. Oh, it's going to be close. He's going to have cold tires, maybe. You can see him. OP's driver can see the guy. Just barely. That's enough, though. Oof, that was close. Jesus Christ.
Leon just got in the car, so
They swapped again.
yep.
How far are they? They're obviously a lap ahead, maybe 2.
Who? Altus?
And Tablin, yeah.
They're one. They're one. One ahead.
When I come into the pits, am I taking front tires or no tires?
I would take all tires.
Okay.
Because I think didn't you? I don't know. Did you take them last time? Do you remember? You know?
I put them in. So remember we got it got lifted. I thought it said for the next one, but I could take them again.
You can get away with not taking tires. You only have half hour left.
I'm about to pit in.
It's next lap. This lap.
Yeah, one more lap.
Yeah.
And I can't miss it. That's what crew chief tells me. Pit this lap. So I'm gonna take off the tires, swap in. Yeah, I think that's the play.
Okay, now it says you're both down 2 laps, I think. Where is it? Yeah, he's about to finish the lap. So you guys are on the same lap now. But he's far ahead.
Yeah, like
One, I'd say a third of the track. So
that sucks. Because really, we would have been really ahead had we not made our little hiccups. We would have been really ahead of them. But that cost us what, about 2 minutes? That tow?
That was 3 minutes.
Oh damn, that's damn near 2 laps.
that's a lap and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good.
But plus, having to put full fuel in with no fuel in it. But we didn't, because it's more right now. But
It's important for the club championship. Road racing are leading the championship by 17 points each on the day. That's come down to 12 already with the qualifying results earlier on today.
Don't forget to pit. Don't forget to pit.
Yep, boxing this lap.
Almost no matter what happens, as in lose the championship lead. He's down the inside server, and he's on the outside, can't quite get through. Down the inside, Lesion able to stay in front. Not just in front, by the way, Murray Gonzalez, not in the same class as them, but also for position. So that's an added complication here. But let's say, Gombrone Racing have got to limit the damage here this afternoon, because this is a day when they know they're going to lose the championship lead. But how big is the deficit going to be? That's what they've got to decide here.
I can get
wired
cruise
into the
going.
pits, and of course you don't have many more opportunities to make up that time. You have Road America and Road
He's still in
Atlanta
fifth.
to close in. Is now
Radio
you
check.
see
Spotter, radio check.
Sherburne deciding that it's go time, but decides to think better of it, heading into turn 8, decides to back up, tries a different approach going in. And here's Lisa Eskridge out of the pits. What happens here? I know it's very tough, but it looks like she's stuck in neutral. So
Showing you coming out of the pits. Oh no, that's Lisa. Oh, Lisa.
She's shifting, then she gets to 4th and 5th.
She's having a problem.
Was that possible?
Technical difficulties. I got
Oh,
two
it
rigs
doesn't
at the
look like her
house.
car's going.
Maybe she didn't get fuel.
She's 5th, 4th. Okay. Yeah, rig problem. 3rd. You can't hear it.
Do you have crew chief back on?
Nah, it's my computer. Something's up. It hadn't been working all week. I probably gotta like do the update. I've been putting off the update for about a year.
Don't worry.
Imperial Motorsports are onto the podium, and Sinnel's on his way now as well. And with cold tyres, this is going to be very difficult to hold on to now for Julian Jones, even though he's the quicker of the pairing. They've made an error in when they've made their driver change here. This should have been done earlier in the day.
Oh, dude, is he going to get 4th place?
Who, OP?
This is going to
Yeah.
leave him really exposed now into the bus
They
stop.
screwed up. Jones screwed up his pit stop.
Still on the warmer tyres. He's closing in here into a
Okay, they did a driver swap or what?
Something. I don't know.
I think I heard him say that something about a driver swap. That they should have done that driver swap earlier. Like you were saying, the driver swap costs time.
Time, yeah.
So if you got fresh tires, as soon as those things warm up, you should push it.
I don't have fresh tires. I got no tires. Like I'm on the same tires. Probably gonna end up costing me, to be honest. It's
Oh,
lap
you got
times.
good. Yours, you got 74, 82, 87, 88.
That only tells you from the pit stop. But...
Yeah, from his last pit stop. So he's
Oh yeah,
got,
yeah. See, that, yeah. You should have tires. You only have 20 minutes, not even. Or half hour.
Yeah, that's what we figured, right? About 32 minutes or so. What does it cost to get tires? Like an additional 18 seconds, 22 seconds?
Depends upon the series, but yeah, about that.
well, the last time we drove this, we were able to get tires at the same time as fueling.
Really?
Come on, Matt. He's gonna take it. He's taking it. Take it, Matt. Don't contact. Oh, he backed out. Good job, Matt.
Put him straight into the side of the 55 there, but
Good boy.
somehow they avoided contact. That was great driving, and they continue on, both of them. Unbelievable. Wongman is clear by 3 seconds now as a result of this fight, and that great pass from Siddle on Julian Jones.
I think that's a race right there, because that was absolutely textbook on how you race each other clean and don't one another. Like you and I thought we were going to see some sort of contact between the two of them, but it came through unscathed. Now still about 3.1 seconds behind Walker as they work their way near the end of this race.
30-second driver change.
Maybe 4 seconds or so. So that battle should never have been anything.
Okay, so it adds 30 seconds to the pit stop, the driver change.
Yeah, you can't do anything while you're driver changing. You can't work on the car. You can't do nothing.
I didn't know that.
Lisa's behind him.
Yeah, I don't know if she still has a gear shift problem, but she seems to be catching up.
It's alright, she'll catch them longer straight and she'll be alright.
They're down 5 laps, bro.
Who is? They are?
Yeah.
We should have went in that
Dude, we
GTP.
should have drove that.
Yeah, we should have went in there. We should have did that. I think we would have been pretty solid too. You were getting pretty good times. You were saying you were like a second faster than me in that bad boy.
We drove the GTP in the 6 hour.
You did?
Fucking
How'd it
horrible.
go? Was it?
No, we could. No, I said we could.
I watched way too much racing in the last fucking 30 hours. That's all I know.
Oh, NASCAR's probably on too.
The Poconos, the Pocoyo, whatever the fuck it's called.
Pocono.
You guys are getting ready to watch another race. You obviously didn't watch Le Mans.
I did watch the one.
Was it on this weekend? I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ended this morning.
I felt really bad for Dorian Pitt.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. That's my teammate behind me. What's his name? Joseph Evers?
Yeah.
He's my teammate on that, what's that other thing that we race with?
Zone group challenge?
Zone group, yeah, he's my teammate on that bad boy.
Boys, bad boys. What you gonna do?
Too much curve. Take it. Oh, bro, we should have gotten those GTPs. Still looking at S-Grids right now. Now she's gone straight.
Yeah, but it's like you said, we'd be passing people or waiting for them to make a move.
Yeah, the traffic management, especially for me, I've never been a faster car on track, so it's definitely boring. There were so many incidents too. I watched second place and third place smash into the fucking pit lane.
Let's talk about what's really important. Did you guys hear they're coming back with the deep fried fucking apple pie at McDonald's on the 22nd?
I like the strawberry cream one though. That motherfucker is perfect.
Bro, have you ever had a deep fried
I
McDonald's
thought they
apple
were all
pie
deep
in your
fried.
life?
Are they not all deep
I
fried?
have not.
No. These are a totally different animal than what you're used to, bro. Like, people legit have fucking third-degree burned themselves on these motherfuckers.
Oh my goodness. No, that
Yeah.
checks out. Yeah, that checks out.
Like, fucking dude. You bite into that motherfucker. The outside's nice and cool, but it's just a fucking...
You're gonna die.
It's just a heat wrap, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's an apple pie chicken
The
dip.
inside is like fucking Marina Baccarin or fucking, I don't know, Marissa
Basically like
Tomei.
chicken Kiev. Chicken's always cold, but then you fucking burn your ass fucking tongue under butter.
Let him through. I'm gonna lift a little bit for him. Holy shit! I just let. Oh, I was like, who's this?
You got Joseph behind you, so
Yeah. I thought he was sliding through with
He's
him. I was
just
like,
following. He's just following you. He doesn't have anybody near him that's for position, so he's just cruising. Oh, he's coming up now.
a lot of time to let these guys through. I was gonna let him through.
Yeah, he went.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's gone. The thing is everybody that you do that for, they all remember that shit, dude. Believe me. It all comes back.
Oh my fucking goodness! There's a turn there.
Yes. Where are we, buddy? Alright, so you can see him. Alright, he can see homeboy. Oh, and fucking the GTP that was between them just pitted. Can't be looking around for Rocco while you're driving, homie. What you doing, man? Casual.
That's around run out of fuel.
Typical Patrick.
You're fine.
Oh. Thought we had somebody run out of fuel for us. We got about 13 laps left, is what it's predicting.
Yeah, probably a little more than that.
Well, I only got 13.7 left, so I hope it's not too much more. I hope it's 0.7 more.
Well, it's 19 minutes.
Oh, okay, we shall see.
Yeah.
I have 13.
So a little bit less than that is what I meant.
Oh, gotcha.
But I'm not as sick as you stoned at.
This, Jonathan?
I think that guy's due to the lead.
Is that OP? His teammate? Behind me for position. I'm not for position, but for fourth.
Yeah.
I think what is their name?
OP behind you. OP's behind you.
Or his teammate, rather.
Yeah.
So I'll let OP by, but I'm not gonna let his teammate.
Okay.
By. I'm just kidding.
FTP behind. Passing. Good.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, why would you want to pair yourself up with somebody that's not in your class if you're gonna have to race it? Like if they're beneath you, unless you're just that Max Verstappen with it. You're like, you know what? I want a challenge. I'm a pro driver, but let me inherit a challenge driver.
Sometimes these issues just happen as well. But
Yeah.
it's a great sign, isn't it? That A, they managed to keep it so cleanly tonight. What is a very difficult race track, I think, for class racing. But also that everyone's persisting through issues because it's not like we've not seen any crashes. We've just seen lots of guys back persisting on issues like they are on the racetrack. It's great to see. And endurance series, that's exactly what
He is catching that motherfucker. He is catching that motherfucker. 7/10 a lap faster. Are we looking at the top 3, homie?
classes where there's races so far are also again at Watkins Glen today. These races 5 weeks time in Road America, 19th of July.
I feel like they got that. I got rid of that runoff in that last turn that I was at. I feel like there used to be a big runoff there.
Some racing series. Too far away from that area, it's 2 weeks or so away. Start of the season. This fight. So let's keep the show behind.
Are any of y'all planning on doing the 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Talking about all day.
It depends on the schedule though. Because actually, next weekend is there's a track event that I did want to do. So
Schedule doesn't matter to me. I'll
Father's Day.
Not surprised. The way the Roy Prescott was able to extend
Yeah, see? Whatever.
against the competition that he did.
So 6 hours. We have, if you have 2-person teams, right? That's 3 hours each. You need a quarter of that. Which is 45 minutes. So if you wanted to run, you could do 45 minutes in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, which is basically one stint. Patrick.
I got you.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can get jiggy with that.
And then one of us can do like the front stint, one of us can do the back stint.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming we'd be driving a GT3.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the Porsche, right?
Probably.
Porsche.
Porsche.
Only because I need to stay familiar with this thing.
I do not get along with the Porsche well. Maybe after this update, I haven't driven it yet. I'm actually just gonna get on. Very simple little bit.
I was gonna give you shit for a second. Then I realized that you're not kidding. Dave, how can you say you're not familiar with this fucking car when you're driving it? he just did 2 hours in it. What do you mean? Yeah, exactly. Son, listen, man, hook me up with your plug, bro.
You're right. Oh my goodness. Let me get some wires. Porsche.
Oh, what was up with that?
What?
You got Naked Champ behind you.
What's wrong with the stream? Not your stream, the broadcast.
He's going for it. God damn.
You gotta refresh it. It slows down. It's 2 minutes behind. It's 2.5 minutes. It was 2.5 minutes behind the 1 point. For me. So 33 left. Let's see, what do we got? 10 minutes left. So that's fucking, yeah, 2.5 minutes. It's 2.5 minutes off.
Fighting for that racing line. I've seen it.
Oh, come on, Joe. Get out of the way, Joe. Get out of the way, Joe. Get out of the way, Joe.
All right, you got 11 minutes.
These tires, good, huh? I should be okay with the tires. How can I tell? I don't even know what I'm looking at with these tires. Let's see.
It doesn't tell you.
88, 90, 82.
All it tells you is the last time that you can only get it when you pit. Your percentage. Unless you got like some kind of special program or some shit.
Like Race Labs?
Something like that, yeah. I think there is one that does that. Matt, use that trap. Use that trap. Use that trap. Going up the hill. Here we go. This is it. This is it. This is your fucking catapult right here. Use it. Use it. All right, Joe. Recognize. Joe, recognize. Oh, shit! Wow.
When it says 3 hours, it's 10 minutes, 9 minutes ish. I see you, Gregory. How far is this? 0.3 back? Come on. Come on.
tires.
What the fuck? Okay. Car doesn't make any sense.
No, but there's four drivers in here. I'll explain to you about the class. She's not included in my pieces.
Yeah, P16.
Part of it.
Bad.
It's called Control.
Wow. You go, girl. I like her.
Taking Checo Perez. These guys are flying. Excuse me. Oh shit, that's P1. I'm trying to get out of everybody's way. I don't want to be that guy.
Don't have any choice. Alright. All around P1 is approaching start finish line now.
Is this final lap or I've already passed it, so I gotta go. Do this
So
lap.
there's 3 minutes left, so there's going to be one and one more for him.
Dude, what the fuck?
He's going to come up behind you. I don't know if he'll pass you again. I don't think so.
He's 17 seconds and climbing, or dropping, rather.
Yeah. Well, if you stay in front of him, you'll have to do an extra lap. If he passes you, then you don't have to do the extra lap.
Oh shit. Where's it? I just saw someone in my rear view mirror. What was that? Oh, that was just the light. I think the light threw me off. I was like, what is that? I didn't even know anybody was near me. It was just the glare from the sun. I thought it was like headlights.
Here it comes. 2:59.25, 30 seconds to go. I think he might have just gotten the white flag. I'm not sure.
I got 3.5 laps left. So.
Yeah, you got plenty. He's right behind you now, so you'll find out when he passes you if you're on the white flag lap. He's entering the straight you just left. I would say left, but he's gonna pass you fucking anyway. He is flying. He's gotta go take a leak, bro. This motherfucker, he's moving.
Looking. Oh wow. Yep. It was 17 last I checked.
Yeah, now he's 4. Now he's 3. Now he's 2.
1.7 now. Holy
yeah. I'm
watching
it. Your car is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's it. 3 hours is over, so this is either the last lap or you're coming to the last lap. White flag coming.
Dude. This Porsche is literally so impossible. You can't take any of the high corners without just throwing the ass in there.
So how many positions is this going to cost him? If he can't do any further, he's on that 25 stick already, so he's pushed this quite far. I don't think Cyril can make it here. Either he's slowing down to be lapped by Henson, or he's slowing down so that he can make it on field another couple of laps. How many other drivers is this going to put into danger here? Because for some of the GT drivers, it looks like they've been put into situations they weren't expected to be in. The white flag's waving, but
oh no.
These guys cross the line.
Now fucking Sinella's slowing down.
They'll be forced to go around again, and I don't think Cyril's got the fuel to do it.
Why? Because he doesn't have enough fuel to get around?
Yeah. Well, he's back up to speed again.
They had the calculations wrong.
He couldn't slow down enough without losing position.
He's going to see the checkered flag at the end of this race. Here he comes across the line. Chad Henson wins for PCA Sim Racing, driving alone in this Sim Racing Series event at Watkins Glen. That is going to disqualify him and subdue by the end of the day. Hangdown Racing should take the overall win and the club win. Will also take the challenge class win there for GTP. Saltpet Precision Racing will take the win overall in GT3, and what a great drive from David Mendonca. But what is going to happen here to those who have stayed out here longer than they were expecting to in the GT3 category? Cyril is still out there. He's only got 2 seconds now in front of Julian Jones. This battle between Nicky Chan and Greg Strelzov has also appeared on the final lap, and this is getting extremely close for the final, or on the final lap rather, for 4th position here. Couple of fights coming to the line here.
Both those drivers last pitted 23 laps ago, so they have a handful of quarters to come around and finish off their battle.
Should have jumped in that
this
GT.
is not 4 positions. Julian Jones with a little bit of a flash there as he tries to make his way around the finish. You're on board with Nicky Chan. You see in that that screen, and here comes.
This is good practice for next week.
Not going to make it happen as Nicky Chan holds off the club racing drivers. They work their way out of the boot for the final time. Right behind them is Rodney Campbell, who I'm actually a little worried about.
All right, folks, the race is finished. Track is clear. Comms will be open. And let's take a look here. Looks like
Good job, guys.
the race winner got
Sir.
DQ'd. So, I don't know what that's about yet. Have some ideas, maybe. Let me look at this. Give me a second on this. I got to figure out who we got to have out there for the post-race interviews. Normally, we'd like to have the winning team members in each of the 4 classes show up to join us in the broadcast interview waiting room on the Discord.
Minutes left to go in this race,
So,
and Chad Henson has a pretty commanding lead. So
yeah, in
it
each
could
of the
be
4
about,
classes,
across the
if we could
line.
have the
Right,
winning team
and there's
members in each
just
of the
enough
4
racetrack for
classes
him to get
join us in the
past.
broadcast interview waiting room, that would be good.
That
The
was an
post-race
absolutely
interview.
fantastic play by
Make sure you have the
Strozoff
push
as he
talk
gets
button set
ahead
up,
of
because that's
Chan
how the
by
Discord works in that channel.
0.033 seconds.
Do you have
And
any
of course,
questions
that's
about the
for overall,
penalties?
but man, what a
There's an
finish
Ask
to the
Race
race.
Control channel in the Team Racing
Fantastic
Series
finish. Chad
Discord. Feel
Henson
free to
takes
ask
the victory
questions
on the
there. I'll be
road.
posting
In front
the
of Car Now Racing, who
penalties
may well
report
score with the
presently.
win
There's
at
not a
the
lot
end of
there.
the day. Cat 5
and
Racing,
that's,
therefore, with
that's a
the
good
pro
day.
win as well.
You guys did a great job running this track today. Congratulations to everybody that got that car across the finish line, and
victory there as a
we'll
result.
see you again in about another month.
GT3,
Have a great night,
David
guys.
Donko
boys,
brings the
good
Soul
job.
Precision Racing
Oh,
car over the line
congrats.
for an overall win there by over a minute in the end in front of
There
Imperial
you go.
Motorsports, who
Thanks.
double up on the podiums.
Good job, good
Jonathan
job.
Watman getting away from Matt Siddle in the end there, who only
We got-
just
this
held
is
off
good
on
practice.
Julian Jones. Greg Stresloff gets the club win,
Yep.
but his pass on Nicky Chan on the last lap was just as exciting. Rodney Campbell just got to the end there in 8th place, and Chad Casey on with
See,
Joe
what-
Evers,
what
the
it-
sport
I mean,
class
obviously we're
winner
the
there
last,
for
but I was
the
just
motorsports
curious.
team.
Is there?
Chris
oh,
Serban
okay, there
up
was
to pit
only
late on there, so
there
did
was
Mario
only us
Gonzalez
between
there, 11th and 12th.
them
ahead
and
of Steve
Adler.
Collins
Damn,
down
we
in
could have
Gurley.
got them had we not
Leon
had that toe.
Sneman got ahead of Patrick Aguirre.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. We were only
GT3s today. Rex Joe
one
Waller
lap
was the only
behind
retirement
those people
throughout the
and
entirety
we had a
of
3-minute
the
tow.
field. Let's have a quick
Yeah,
chat
we would've
to some
killed
of
them.
these drivers,
We would've
shall
had
we?
them a
Starting
lap
with
down.
the guys who are going to eventually be scored, the
Yep.
winners, Charlie and David Boyer,
Damn
who
it.
join us now. Welcome
all
in
good.
both.
At least we know we're
Congratulations
capable.
on what's going to turn out to be a
Yeah.
race victory for you both here this afternoon. David, we'll start with you as you cross the line there towards
Yeah,
the
we
end.
mess
Just
around,
what
get
were
a
those
car,
final,
get it
few
set up,
laps like
have
as you
it
were just
good
bringing the
for the
car
track.
home nice and safely there?
On the one hand, we were trying to bring it home nice and safe, but in the other, we felt like we were in a bit of a battle for the fastest lap. So I was pretty happy that finally the traffic cleared up and I was able to put in a pretty quick time at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Charlie, you were watching on and obviously sharing the car here today. Just what was that race like early on now, I want to know, because early in this race we had 4 for the lead in GTP for quite some time, and it was quite a fight at the front. What was that like to be a part of as well?
Well, it was fun. I mean, it was a battle. When I turned the car over to Dave, I was somewhat relieved because it was pretty stressful, especially weaving through traffic. But I knew that we had the pace, and if we just kept clean and out of trouble, that we'd be fine. So it worked out.
Well, congratulations to you both on the race victory here today at Watkins Glen eventually, and thanks for chatting to us at the end as well.
Thank you,
thanks
it's
so
always a pleasure.
All right, thanks very much, David and Charlie Boyer, the winners overall here tonight. In the GT3s, we haven't got the Soul Pit guys down there just yet. We have got Strezlov and Gerbino, though, from the club victory, so we'll bring them in from GT3 now. Greg, Jake, welcome in both. Good to have you with us. Want to chat to you, Greg, first of all, about that late fight there. I know it didn't matter for your class win in the end, which was already secure, but how about that run to the line there to take another overall place? What was that like?
Oh, it's so great. It's such an honor because he's such a great driver. I was wondering why I was catching him so much, and then I figured out that he must be so low on fuel. I had a couple of moves that I tried, but I didn't want to take any risks with so close to go. I didn't want to get a penalty for either of us, so I don't even know what the margin was, but I know it was super close, but it was such a blast. What a great race. I haven't driven since Daytona, which feels like a year ago, so I had a lot of rust, but Jake did such a great job on the opening stint to give me such a huge margin that I just had to keep it on the track for us to win.
And Jake, let's talk about that opening stint, because you were really fighting
You
with
see
the big
Ken and
guys out
Lisa
front,
are
the
in the
pro
interview
guys
room.
at the front of
Are
the
they
field
really?
here in
Damn,
the
that would've
first
been
part
us.
of this
We fucked
race.
up.
Second place, I think you handed the car over.
We should-
You were running there
we
at one
coulda- we
stage.
coulda
What
stole
were those
that
opening
thunder.
laps like, and how did you understand, I guess, how vital those laps would turn out to be later on?
Right
while
before we
you
answer
were in
the
car
question,
at
we
the
take
time
a
as
sip
well in
of
that
whiskey.
first half of the race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fantastic to be fighting with those guys up front. Just tried to keep it really clean, but also be opportunistic early on in the race. So I knew we needed to build a bit of margin, and was able to keep pace with them. I know Chris Pies and I were really nose to tail for essentially the full duration of the first stint. So that was a lot of fun, and always great racing with that group of guys. And thanks again to Greg. He did a great job bringing it home, and what a photo finish there. Really awesome.
Yeah, we have potential.
Absolutely fantastic.
take
Congratulations
this.
both on the club
I mean,
class
at
win
least
tonight, and
not take
thanks for
it,
chatting
but
to us at the end
to,
as well.
to at least place in our class.
Great. Thanks, Ewan. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Great job,
like,
everybody.
we try to
Grew
get
it
that
together.
first.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
That is Jake Gabino and
Yeah, if we
Greg
just have it
Stresloff,
go our
the
way,
club
I think we'll
class
be all right.
victors here in GT3
Yep.
today. Now they're both ready. David Mendonca and Robbie Prescott, the Solpec Precision Racing drivers who have taken overall victory in GT3 here today. David, Robbie, welcome in. Both good to have you with us. I'll start with you, Robbie. First of all, you started the car and you handed over in quite a big lead. Just was this a race you were particularly confident about, sort of racing away like that? Because, you know, with all respect to you, I didn't find it surprising you were in the lead. I did find the gap that you handed
Why are
over
they using
with
me as a highlight
surprising,
reel?
though. Was that sort of expected from you tonight, or were you surprised by your own performance as well?
It's like, you know, when somebody gets
I think
dunked
a little
on.
bit both.
That's
I
me.
really haven't put much time
Getting
in the sim
dunked on.
lately, just with summer
And they
and
made me
life
into a
and
baseball
my
card or a
training outside
basketball
of-
card,
I
and I'm the
have,
guy that's getting
this,
dunked on.
iRacing, but I think as soon as I saw I put it on pole by like what, half a second or something like that, I knew I could just pull away from everybody. So if
They
I
should
could just
shot
keep
it
the
from the
car
rear
clean
to show that I
and
was
hand
hitting
it
the
off to
brakes.
David, and he brings us home with a nice,
Oh, that's when
easy victory.
everybody was passing you.
Yeah,
It
David,
was
the gap
you,
in the end just
first
over a
place,
minute. How
and
is
then
it to
a
sort of
GTP.
how does it feel to be handed the
barely
car in
beat
that
me.
position and then able to extend that further in such a comfortable win?
It
Give
was
us
a
a
photo
sense
finish.
of what that feels like for the final 90 minutes as you experienced today.
It was honestly pretty stressful because you have time for your mind to wander and think about things, and all I could think about is Robbie did such a good job, and don't put this thing in the wall before the end of the race. Where if you're in the mix of things, you're not really thinking about stuff like that. So, but in the end, it wasn't too bad.
All right, thanks for chatting to us both. Congratulations on such a dominant win here today, and I'm sure we'll see you again at the next round in a few weeks' time.
Appreciate it, thank you. Gotta give a shout out to the Solpec boys and the sponsors of Bruzy and Codsworth. Those guys make it happen, so appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Robbie Prescott, David Mendonca, the winners today in GT3 overall, and indeed in Pro as well. A couple of quick ones before we go as well. Joe Evers was able to take the car over the line for the sport class here today in the 83 Motorsports car. Joe, welcome in. Good to have you with us. A 10th place finish overall, which it was a couple of places gained at the very late stages there, but it's not what overall is important. It's the sport class victory for you yourself today. How was that final run to the end for you?
It was great. I think Sheldon and I just kept it clean and tried to keep a good pace the whole race. And Sheldon did a great job of saving a little bit of fuel. I think that's why we gained those couple places at the end. So it was great.
Gosh, I should have dragged Sheldon in at the same time as you. Sorry, splitting apart the teammates. Sorry, Sheldon as well. Welcome in. How was that earlier part of the race for you?
All right, Dave, I'm going to have to
in
get
the
off.
sport class here for you today. Right in midfield, where a lot of the action was.
We'll catch up with you, and we'll
anyway.
figure
What was
this
it like to
strategy
be in
out. We'll get a
that
setup
part of the
for the
field?
next one, so we can have that kind of.
Oh, it was a great time. It was a little hairy at places, especially when the really
I think
fast
what's the
cars
next
are coming
track?
past
Road,
us in groups of three.
America or Road
and
Atlanta?
trying to weave their way in and out. It was a little bit of a challenge, but otherwise it was great to be in there and a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations to you both on taking the class victory in sport in GT3 today, and thanks both for coming to chat to us at the end as well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I'll find it.
All
right.
And Joe
Talk to you later.
The sport class winners. In the GTP category, we've got Ken and Lisa Eskridge here from the Challenge class in GTP here today. Welcome in both. Good to have you with us. Start with you, Lisa. You brought the car over the line in the end here today. How was it out there at Watkins Glen in that GTP today?
Well, our goal is always 0x, and I didn't hold up my end of the marital commitment this time. I unfortunately was a little bit of ball and chain for my dear husband, but we did it.
Absolutely, and Ken, what about your side of this one? How was it in this race today? Watkins Glen, a challenging one, it seems to me. I would say the most challenging so far this season. What did you make of it today?
Yeah, it's a little more difficult being with all the turns and tight racing there is here with the two classes. But we started out, we hated the GTPs because they were so fast and weren't really not used to those since we never run them that much. But we're growing to love them, so hopefully we'll do better.
Well, congratulations to you both on getting to the end cleanly here through Watkins Glen today, and thanks for coming for a quick word after the race as well.
Thank you too.
Thanks very much. That is Ken and Lisa Eskridge, part of the Last 10th Lovebirds team, who were in the GTP Challenge class here today. And finally, in GT3 Challenge, time to have a chat with Tim Taplin as well, who is part of the Alder Creek Performance Racing team who've won in the Challenge class here at Watkins Glen today as well. Tim, congratulations on a class victory. How was that race out there in GT3 down in the Challenge class? In the lower classes like Challenge and Sport, it's always a case of sort of being in the midfield, it seems to be, and that seemed to be very lively today. How was it out there on the racetrack?
We had a lot of traffic. It's impressive to see how fast some of the pro-class drivers are in the GT3s, and then every few laps having those guys coming by in the GTP cars. We had a pretty clean race and ran solid times for what our pace is, and that's pretty much the goal we had for the day.
And it must be pleasing as well. I know you've not been at every round this season as a team, but in the two that you have, you've been able to beat the Chroma Motorsports Black team to a race victory. It must be very pleasing in the two rounds that you've been able to do that so far.
It's been good, yeah. Like I said, just going for clean, solid races. That's what endurance racing is about.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on achieving that and a Challenge class victory today, and thanks for chatting to us at the end as well.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Tim Taplin, the Challenge class driver for Alder Creek Performance Racing down there in GT3. A lot of winners, a lot of great performances, Jeremy, and hopefully there'll be a few more of them in 5 weeks' time when we come to Road America for another 3-hour race.
And Road America is always a wild card because of the long straights and 4 miles in length that should prove a challenge for the Team Racing Series as we march ever so closer to the end of the Team Racing Series season.
Absolutely, just 2 rounds to go after this one today. We are on the home stretch, as it were. 3 hours at Road America, followed by 3 hours at Road Atlanta coming in September to mark out the rest of this season. We'll be live on Racebot TV in 5 weeks' time on July 19th. With the final race of the season. So I hope that you can join us then. For now, I've been Ewan Leary alongside Jeremy Scott with Miro Augustin Cisneros behind the cameras of this Racebot TV broadcast tonight. Until we see you again in 5 weeks' time at Road America, it's goodbye for now.